Nay, good to see y'all. The banquet hall is filled and bustling and hustling as the drinks and food is served about. We find ourselves on this Monday in the world of Rocket League. Well, it's fancy cars alike. Thought we'd play one match and then hell, we can just get this starting then, huh? I like this intro so much better. Well, good. I did it for a while there in the past. Like Blue will attest to that, and then I stopped. I stopped doing it for a while. It didn't pan out. I think also my computer stopped being able to like handle it for a while there. Oh well.
What do you need?
Oh, who? I'm on the red yellow team. Okay. No. No. I don't know. Mid-sentence, yes, agreed. Well, there's a reason why people have it, you know. It's to kind of get started. But for a while there, like, you know, it wasn't really anything. I was doing the intro for nobody. You know, that's the thing. Oh, shit! Coming in again, Pro Gamer Guns. I saw the one. We will give you credit for that one earlier. It did go off. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Welcome back, everybody. The message says F yeah for 7 months. Coming in with a 7-month subscription. Holy crap! My freaking my concentration is just gone. No DM tonight. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, what did I just say? What did I just say? Oh, here we go. Get that out of here. Go! Don't you, why do you suck? Yeah, runs full speed into the wall. Oh, so Skullface. Okay, no, okay, that was a Hero. If I had something I needed to ask Hero. But Skullface, I haven't started watching it yet, but I've told you I've been watching the Critical Role like episodes. Like, it is tedium. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not tedium because it's just the amount of episodes is so many. That's why I'm like, God, I'm never gonna. And they're still live doing the second campaign, so I'm kind of like, I want to just get caught up, so I can know what. But their second campaign has nothing to do with their first. But I still like the characters from the first. That's a goal. Yeah. Aww. But the cool thing is what I found out is one of my favorite characters, who's the barbarian in their first campaign, is now in the second campaign. He is a half orc warlock hexblade, Pact of the Blade. So he's exactly your character build, and I'm like, ooh, that kind of excites me. I want to see that. Like, and then I found out the other girl is not a vampire. She's like an Asimir. It is a race that is bound to a higher deity type race, and they're very rare, and they're hunted if they're ever really found, because you can, like, they're believed to have like their blood magical qualities, stuff like that. Like, they're kind of a very rare race, but they have wings that sprout out, but they're not mechanical. You can't fly with them. Oof, good block. So I thought that was pretty cool. Go. Let's see here. Have you guys heard of Jamie Close, who was kidnapped for... no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That was horrible. That's okay. They just prolonged this match, you bastards. Alright, let's see if I can hit this. Nope. Don't let him score again. Alright, we're going into overtime. You think $270 income a month is a lot? If it's the only income you have, no, that doesn't pay rent, really. Like, rent is like, your average is $800 to $900, almost to $1,000 for, that's gonna suck, for a 1-bedroom out here in Colorado, if that's what you mean, Blue.
Will be awesome.
At least in where I live, you know. She was recently found a few days ago. Well, that's good. How long? 80? 88 days. 88 days, huh? Pretty good. 60. What's that? So that's like, oh, that's my own damn fault. Help! Oh, that's it. Stupid people, man. I'm out. That's okay. All right. Let me just switch this real quick. Want it all caps.
I just wish they would bring like the Call of Duty, like you can vote for the map. Like next up's either gonna be consulate or plane.
The Broken Gamer, welcome to the banquet hall. As you enter, you see a colorful cast of characters. Come, we're about to head into our adventure of the kingdom. Hence, we're about to start our kingdom's quest. You have come in at a very good time. Your timing is impeccable, my friend. All right. Come one, come all, come see. Witness our adventure. We find ourselves on the planet of Pandora, on the continent of Othios. Yeah, wait, just gonna turn off my capture card so I do not. Yeah, and woo.
Smoke
and grab that real quick. Properties. Yes. Save. Sorry, had to pull that up. There it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We find ourselves on the continent of Othios. As we zoom in, we zoom in to the kingdom of Dracovia, in about the middle of the territory, near the Scar Mountains. We have our Dracovian territory, where we find our kingdom. We have our friends. A show of hands, who's coming on the adventure today?
Oh, we're both down over here. Now Doc's gonna get his buddy.
As we zoom in, we find ourselves looking at Dracovia, the kingdom you find yourself, Broken Gamer.
So I was such
our home, our town, well, at least our newly found home, with our, you know, multiple, you know, places of origin for people. You know, we all find ourselves calling this place home. Whereas if you came from the north, you came from the south, it does not matter anymore, because this is your new home, right? So we find ourselves far away from home, but 240 miles to the east, near a town called Phandalin. As we pass Riverwood and Millstone and past the Cragmaw hideout, we enter to the north, about 40 miles but south of Thundertree, to our campsite near the river. We were we set camp near a river, and we were attacked by zombies the leading night. The group was able to fend off the different types of zombies, hacking and coughing about. We were able to follow the tracks to the nearby mountains to the north. A small hill group, nothing too big, but in there we found an encampment of kobolds, green kobolds. And on our way after scouting the night before, we find ourselves in the morning near the Kobold hideout, and as the group got closer to the Kobold hideout the following morning, about 11:30 a.m., we witnessed the Green Dragon Venomfang talking to the Green Cobalt Shaman, and losing his zombie gift from the dragon punished the Kobold Shaman, and here named Ashkari, the Kobold fighter, in the cave, the new leader. In ripping up the Kobold Shaman, Cowgirl and Max translated what they had seen, or what they had heard the dragon saying to the kobolds in Draconic. The dragon, after making an example of the shaman, left the premise, not by flying, but almost slithering, if you will, through the forest, as if maybe to stay low, almost not even breaking any trees, really, in his wake. As we made our way into the cave, and murdering the Kobold watch, the Kobold guards outside the cave entrance, we find ourselves with Skullface, Cowgirl, Maxamillios, and let's see who else. Buffering, okay, and Pro Gamer Guns. Let's see here. Pro Gamer Guns, you last night after signing off, we had you escort Santa Claus, or Saint Nicholas, Mr. Nicholas, back to camp to be safe. You decided, after making sure he was safe at camp with Hero, you trekked your way back, and you find yourselves at the cave entrance. You see the bodies of the kobolds near the sides of the entrance to the cave, and you find yourself coming up north. And at this moment, we have Skullface, Max. I was keeping Gothix here. We were gonna run him through. You and Blue took back Mr. Nicholas. So, at this moment, we find ourselves actually being discovered by the kobolds. The kobolds right now are not surprised we failed our stealth, and everybody is rolling for initiative at this moment. So everybody, go ahead and roll initiative.
Ah, shitty shoot. Ew. I can't believe he was right there. Barely saw me, but he has no.
I think who passed there? I think we the ones that got, who are the ones that got seen? From what I remember, nobody passed their stealth. You rolled horribly. From what I have in my notes, nobody really passed that last stealth run. Sorry, kitty. We had a surprise earlier, but from what I remember, these guys... You have an inspiration die, Skull. I have that. Pro Gamer Guns rolled a 9. Everybody hasn't really used anything yet as far as spell-wise. Well, I don't really have that memorized. From last thing I remember is I told everybody to have the kobolds for initiative. So go ahead and roll initiative. The group got seen anyways. The lowest person got seen anyways as a group initiative, so you don't have a stealth attack. We are seen. Like, you're kind of behind the they don't see you, but they are aware of the group. So either way, everybody has to roll initiative. I rolled a 1. You rolled a 1. That's great. Me too. I thought I rolled a 1. Of course, rolled a 1. That's great. Well, plus what? Plus what, Skullface? Plus 3? So 4. Can't type today. Might be loud. Okay. Alright, so you, me. Oh my god. Just roll 20. What is wrong with my keyboard? Boom. 12. Jesus. Alright, so 4. Babe, you roll initiative. And you... I'll roll for you. 4, 12. Pro Gamer Guns, you got a 9. Plus what, Pro Gamer Guns? What's your initiative? 4, so 13. Ah. Okay. Rolled a 19. Nice, babe. Jesus. Plus what? 3, so 21. You're first. Oh, wait, this kobolds, so enemy. Let's see what the kobolds roll. Roll the 4. The kobolds rolled a 4. Sorry. 22. Okay. Alright, so 1. Pro Gamer Guns, you are 2. Skull is max is 3. Skull is 4. The kobolds are behind Skull. 4, 5. Okay. Sounds good. So Megan, you're actually up. There's 2 kobolds. They are about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. About 30 feet. And then Pro Gamer Guns, you are about right here when the fight starts. Do you want Molly coming with you or not? Is Molly staying behind or is she coming with you? What? The left one? Okay, I'll make left one red and blue. Red is left, blue is right. Mm. 5 damage? Jesus Christ. Okay, so you move over to the right. And Cowgirl, seeing the kobolds, they kind of they point and they get ready to turn around, and Cowgirl is shoots her fireball. She gets her fire. How much damage was that, babe? 5 damage? 5 damage. The first kobold, just fireball, just it consumes him completely. He disappears. Done. The other kobold looks to the right and his eyes are open and he's already freaking the hell out. She can come. Okay, so you are about right here. Pro Gamer Guns. Get to about right here. We'll make you a little smaller. You should be full health. Pro Gamer Guns, you're at 20. Very good. Molly is with you. Are you on her or are you next to her? Doesn't really matter. It's for me for narrative. Molly the dolphin. There she is.
He's upstairs.
She's a bigger. She's one size bigger. Okay. These are all about 5-foot squares now. I actually have it to the right direction. Okay, so the first one destroys. Second, Pro Gamer Guns, you are up actually. So with this, you can. Let me see what you said first. Okay. Skullface, I'm so sorry about that roll, my friend. It's a shitty ass roll for initiative. It's okay.
They have a Valkyrie.
I'm going last, I guess. No, you're good.
Like, I feel like communicating.
I can
got me.
see
He
here.
went upstairs and around to flank the other guy.
Yeah.
And down to get out the window and get you. I almost put a fucking
Okay.
down.
They don't really have much as far as Dex is 0, so you're good. They don't have a plus on their Dex either, so you're good. I hope on Molly and she flies me over to there. This sounds good. Pro Gamer Guns, you find yourself walking towards the tunnel. It's you know, you see, you hear the fireball come from Cowgirl as straight down the tunnel. You see the light emanate against the around the cave as you're like, come on, girl, and you hop on Molly. You hop on her back, and you hold tightly, and she takes off with you, and she's walking, or she's walking. She's got about 30 feet of walking. So was that 10 or 5, 10, 15, 20? Jesus Christ, it gets you right in there. As you come dashing down into the middle of the fight, you find yourself about right here, Pro Gamer Guns. You still have another 30 feet of your own movement if you like. You guys see out of nowhere to the right as they slide on the dirt next to the ground, you find yourself next to one of the stalagmites. I hop on Molly, and what else do you find yourselves doing? The Cobalt sees you guys rushing in. He is shaking in his boots. As this is going down, Gothix is kind of hugging the wall. He sees Pro Gamer Guns, you know, sliding in. Max and Skullface are kind of like, I'm facing towards Skullface as Skullface is calling his axe. I think he already called your axe. That's what I remember, is you called your axe already. Your axe is formed in your hand. You're clutching it. You're gripping tight as the leather straps of the grip of the battle axe kind of grind against the wood. You hear that kind of creak sound as you grip tightly. Can I train Molly? So you can't tell her to attack yet. You haven't trained her to attack. You have to train her when you have calm and control. The best I can give you right now is that you can actually ride her, because I was okay with you guys riding them. And you can ride her in battle, and she can get you like another 30 feet. She can actually get another... yeah, she either chooses to fly 30 feet or go 30 feet, I believe is how it works. So, or you can like use 5 feet for walking and then like another 25 feet for flying. But you have another 30 feet of your own movement that you can use to go to the guy. Since she's walking and you guys haven't landed, like, I'm not gonna throw like a challenge right now. Sometimes if, you know, she's getting shot at or she's, you know, getting hurt and stuff like that, and you guys need to land really quick, I might have you roll for like a dexterity acrobatics check to make sure you just land off of her, you know, better, but not right now. Okay, so as you get ready, Pro Gamer Guns, let's see here, Cowgirl, feeling happy, she, you know, puts the flame away in her hand and kind of smiles. Skullface, you kind of hear in the back of your head Lilith kind of growling, getting ready for the moment. Yeah, you're good, yeah. You can basically do your attack, Pro Gamer Guns. You have your attack, you have all your stuff, you have your Vicious Mockery, that is a DC 10. It's a psychic damage, and but you don't want to do that right now. I would basically recommend attacking. You have your Talon. There is no orcs around. You do have a Saddle of the Cavalier, meaning you can't be knocked off your dismount or dismounted, and your enemy's advantage on rolls have disadvantage on rolls against you when you're mounted. It's okay. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Just go ahead and do your attack. Don't even fret. We're kind of just chilling. This isn't some main battle anyway. We just need to get. He's more. You know, we'll see what happens. What he's doing. He's not really strong. And here's they're a patrol. It's a kobold patrol, regular kobolds. We need to make sure they don't go warn anybody right now. So I would use your 30 feet and basically attack with either your Naginata or your Talon. Either that, or we need to make sure he doesn't, you know, escape at least. As you guys took, you and Blue's, the last thing that happened is you and Blue took Mr. Nicholas back to camp. You guys at least tried to make sure he was safe. Hero you found sitting in front of the fire next to Percy. I believe Percy stayed behind. Mr. Kai's leg off. Okay, sounds good. All right, go ahead and roll your attack. So roll a 1d20, and then let's see, add the attack modifier, which for your Naginata is a +6. I move 30 feet. That's fine. 5, 10, 15, 20. You're good. You're right on him. You jump off of Molly, and you find yourself, your hooves clicking against the hard stone floor as you pass by one of the stalagmites reaching out of the ground towards. Fuck! I told myself to memorize this. Stalagmites and stalactites. Blue, help me out here. Somebody. Oh, my phone's dead. Alright, so you rolled a 4 plus 6 is 10. The kobold's AC is not tellable. Oh, but it does not hit. I'm so sorry, Pro Gamer Guns. So, Pro Gamer Guns, you find yourself running towards the kobold, and you pull out your Naginata, and you feel overconfident. All of a sudden, the kobold kind of just yipes at you, and you're taken back for a second as you swipe towards his legs, and he just barely misses. The ching of the metal of your Naginata, falls just short. Who is next? I'm next. Okay, how much fucking movement do I have? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Well. Okay, I can try and throw, my swords. Okay, so that's my dex roll. It's an attack roll. Roll 20 and add my dex. Or my thing. 15. Very good. Okay, and then I throw my other hand. Throw my swords. I used my talon. Oh, you used your talon? Either way, it still missed. You got his AC is just a little higher than that, than 11. I'm sorry, Pro Gamer Guns. Okay. Right? No, it has. It does. It has a +7. Roll 12. So I'm sorry, Broken Gamer. The dice rolling system doesn't work in YouTube. They don't have a system yet that I can add to YouTube. The rolling system only works in Twitch, unfortunately. I simultaneously stream to both. But you are welcome to join us in Twitch if you feel like. At least the party's over here. I've been streaming on Twitch a lot longer. I just use a program to simultaneously stream. So I roll my damage. So 6 plus 4, 6. All right, that's 10. I don't even freaking just run there. Oh wow, man, stupid kobold. All right, so I stop short 30 feet as Max, and I pull out my swords, unsheath my swords, and I throw my 2 crystal swords, my light blue or my dark blue and my light green crystal swords as they fly towards the kobold. The kobold sees in the last second is just sliced into him as the kobold falls just dead short, and the impact kind of pushes him against the wall, and he falls down as you hear the chinging. Rip. All right, so we're gonna have to actually get these bodies out of here.
What do I say? I'm sorry.
All right. Get these guys a little smaller. So these guys are dead. The initiative is over. They are dead on the floor. So Max, I start walking over to the kobolds, and I grab one of the kobold bodies, and I start to drag him by his feet as his tail kind of flaps behind as I'm dragging him. I'm gonna take his body over here to the back side. I'm gonna try and see if I can maybe tuck his body away somewhere over here. So I take his body. It takes me about 3 minutes. to tuck one of the bodies away.
Wow.
Is the deepest, darkest corner I can think of. After getting my swords. This is the one how the.
Okay, we'll add 2 hours.
This is how the bot treatment. Double six. Yeah, I know. Double sixes. I know. It's that mushroom-looking thing. All right, Pro Gamer Guns, go ahead and roll a nature check. Pro Gamer Guns to the right. Pro Gamer Guns walks past the cobalt body. You find yourself looking at this red and white mushroom. You go ahead and do a nature check. Roll d20. Add your nature, which is 0.
Okay, so at the main menu, get right here.
Molly kind of sticks close and follows you.
Squad, and then invite me.
I walk
That's
over
what
to
I was
the
thinking about
other
earlier.
body. Skullface,
That
you
I
doing
have to do
anything?
this whole extra step.
What is
Then
it?
choosing if I invited
Skullface,
you,
you're
which would
good.
automatically
Okay.
create the squad.
What do you require? Alright. Roll the 1. You don't. It's a mushroom, definitely, Pro Gamer Guns. It's definitely a mushroom. It doesn't. You can't tell if it's poisonous or edible otherwise. I'm sorry. Some shitty rolls today, huh? This is your night for shitty rolls. I start to grab one of the other kobolds and drag his flipping body over here to the other side. And I try to tuck him away into the darkness of this cave. It's pretty dark and dank. We'll see if that works. It's the best I can think of. Much less of dragging their bodies out of the cave, which is going to be tedium. Skullface, you start to walk over towards Pro Gamer Guns. We start to push forward. You guys note, Pro Gamer Guns, you kind of notice as you get closer over here to the right that this tunnel actually leads down. Don't worry, that's not. Don't worry about that. That's not there. that was the patrol actually that you saw, that you just killed. Or at least you think. You assume so, but you find that this tunnel keeps going on. You kind of see lights deeper around the bend of the tunnel as well. I walk to the camp I found before and say, I'm gonna try and end this and die in the process. Anyone who wants to join me, because I know Lilith is with me. Okay, let me see. What was that message you sent me? He said, oh, I saw that one. Yeah, this isn't that moment, but I got you. All right, so we start to walk forward. So you want to move to the camp, that's fine. That won't be in one movement. That's, you basically are moving, I'd say about right here. Cowgirl comes back around. Gothics, I call Gothics over. And Gothics, Pro Gamer Guns, I kind of walk around the stalagmites and I kind of motion for you, Max, motions for Pro Gamer Guns for you guys to follow as we head up this way. Like, Pro Gamer Guns, stop fucking around. No, I'm just kidding. Pro Gamer Guns, let's go. Let's go,
nothing to like 27
Young Fawn.
seconds.
We never did get your name, did we? Let's see here.
Practice.
Let's see here.
Driving one.
Passive perception.
Really?
Where is it?
Names are all multi. Friends.
I want to try again. You can't. That was your attempt. You're not allowed to just keep rolling until you figure it out. Or at least there are times that is acceptable, but I will let you know as the DM. But that nature check on that mushroom definitely failed. I'm so sorry, hon. So if there are no objections, I'll get this rolling. As I told myself I'd start to try and do this a little better and move it along. So we call you over. Unless you want to do something else, programmers, you just tell me. And, you know, I know there's a delay and all, but we all start to follow Skullface towards... Skullface says that turns around and he tells Max and Cowgirl, he goes, my lord, there was a camp up to the left around the bend. I think we should go, I want to go murder them. As the voice of Lilith kind of pulls out of Skullface and blends with his voice again, he goes, I want to get them. And you hear both of their voices kind of mix and blend as they speak in tandem.
unless you jump.
Okay.
Take a moment. To have a team of like a full what? 30. It could be hard to push.
Okay, guys, the cave's quiet now. You start to hear the dripping, the dropping of the water from the different stalagmites, and you see cobwebs in the corners of some of the cave nooks and crannies as Cowgirl has her flame out, and we're walking with her emanating the light around us. We see about 60 feet in dim light, as is to not attract everybody, as Cowgirl kind of puts her hand over her, her fire and starts to eliminate some of the shadow from some of the direction. I just can't, I was like, I gave you something. I realized that. I'm like, that's something I should have you guys say. That's creative. So never mind. But no. So we're kind of lower. We're kind of. Everybody, go ahead and make a stealth check right now. Everybody, roll stealth, babe. You too. Everybody with plate armor, -5. Count, Megan. I rolled a 2, -3. This is a group, so this is a group stealth. So 1 fail. What'd you get? A 1, 2 fail. Oh, that's bad. Alright, that means Pro Gamer Guns and Skullface and Molly and Gothics have to outweigh Max and Cowgirls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it has to be a majority. Majority pass fail. And I have the number of what it passes. So this is Gothics. Kitty! Stop messing with stuff. Can you get her? Is she playing? Oh, okay. No. Okay. Alright. Yeah. So far. No, I just...
Right here.
As we start to creep forward, everybody starts to slow down their pace. And we start to creep low to the ground. I move to stick to the right. Gothics and Skullface in the lead. Skullface, you are kind of in front. You find yourself hugging the wall to the right side as you kind of peer with your tiefling eyes filled in. Tieflings don't have pupils. As you kind of, the shadow eliminates, you kind of see yourself getting a little better of a view as the light is emanating from the inside of this cave. It is kind of reflecting around. Based on your point of view, you see the 2 tents that you had seen before. You see the third one. You see a pile like mushrooms growing near it, and you find that about right there. Yep. Pro Gamer Guns rolled a 20. Oh no. Skullface, what did you roll? What did you roll, Skullface? I'll wait. Okay. Oh, this doesn't even matter what you freaking get. Roll for Molly as well, Pro Gamer Guns. I whisper, well, I have an idea. As Skullface, you kind of find yourself backing up a little bit as you kind of piercing. Skullface, what you see before you back up, you see... You see a heavily armored green kobold with a shield. You see a chipped tooth on his left side, or his left side facing towards you as he is facing a little more towards the fire, but he cannot see you as the shadows are in our favor. The light emanating from their center. He has a shield in his hands. You can't really get a bead on it. You see him talking. You don't understand it, but you hear kind of this kind of this yipping version of Draconic as he is talking to another kobold. Let me shrink them down a little bit, get them to size. These 5 squares. You see the other kobolds, some of them wearing cloaks, some of them having crossbows in their hands, others having scimitars. They all seem to be conversating and in a group near the fire, kind of talking. You do not understand what they're saying. All right. Already on the last. Yes. I pull out the potion of lycanthropy. Oh yeah, you pulled it out. You just haven't drinking it yet. You've had it in your hand. That's fine. You have it. You just haven't drinking it yet. And 24 hours has not passed since the in-game, since you've used it, since you've grabbed from the bag, because you grabbed at a 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the evening time or something like that, or 4 in the morning. You pulled it out at 4 in the morning when we came to the Cobalt. So you have until about 4 in the morning this day, which is only about 9 o'clock. So you only pulled that out about a couple hours ago, or you only used the bag a couple hours ago. If I'm keeping track of time. You see...
Their spawn.
Okay. You see another kobold shaman, talking, and kind of arguing through another, like there's a kobold between them, but you see the shaman, kobold, almost resembling the same type that you saw outside, arguing with the dragon, the kobold with the shield, and they kind of seem to be arguing in their language as the other kobolds kind of are gathering behind one or the other. There seems to be something going on here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You about see about 7 kobolds in this room right now. Smiley, good job. As this is going down, Skullface, we are about right here. Are you gonna be drinking that potion? He didn't drink it. He just pulled it out, right? Like that's what I remember. Unless you drank it. Did you drink it? Did you drink it? I haven't done the transformation thing for him doing it. I don't remember doing that. It's not an easy process. I down it. All right, sounds good. Skullface, you kind of back up, and as you're about to down it, I kind of grab your hand, and I'm like, hang on. I'm like, back up a little bit. You walk as Max. I'm like, take a second. Have you ever drinking this potion? And you kind of turn to me, and you're like, well, I trust the bag inside this. It is not a pleasurable taste that enters your mouth as you jug this, and you kind of feel the chunks into your mouth. You start to feel this pain as your legs kind of change, and you sit there and you start to groan, and you start to make a lot of noise, and you're going, ugh, and you're trying to hold the pain back. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw right now. Add your Constitution saving throw, and better hope your ass this is a good roll. As this is going on, everybody's kind of like seeing this go on, and he's starting to make some noise. Max is kind of paying attention to the group. One of the kobolds kind of, as they are arguing and being loud, one of the kobolds kind of, hears this little faint sound, but nothing just yet. I need to see. I like the taste of flesh. The flesh isn't the problem, but you don't know what kind of flesh it is. You assume, oh my god, you rolled a critical fail. Oh no. Okay, alright, so as this is going down, I know I fucking hate this bot, right? As this is going down, Skullface, you start to change, and you're starting to make this noise, and you start to groan. The bones are cracking as you're going through this change, and all the Cobalt, the one that was looking earlier, let's see here. Oh, you know what? I'm doing the dice. Of course, 19. That's great. Okay, so low roll from Skullface, low stealth rolls, low fucking everything. This has gone bad. The kobold hears this going down. The other kobolds stop as the arguing going on, and they kind of look, and you see the camera panning out as the fire is behind, or the camera is behind the kobold with the dragon shield and the shaman as they're arguing, and they face towards the open tunnel and the darkness, because the light from the fire kind of only illuminates so far. But they hear this groaning and crying and this cracking of sound as everybody's starting to in our group is getting a little nervous, and the kobolds kind of all get quiet and start to head over to this direction. Everybody, go ahead and roll initiative. Okay. 21. Okay. 1, 2. All right, let's get this down. So, shoot. Kobolds. How many of those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay. And man. Okie. All right. So what do we got here? We got Cowgirl at, what was that? What was that?
Yeah.
What was your thing?
21.
21. We have
What?
roll 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good. I have to pull my phone out for your little where rat, but I got it. I've done it. I've looked at it before, so
Oh.
this is gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be interesting. D&D. Let me pull that up. Let me pull up your stats real quick. No, Bing, come on.
No. No.
I'm gonna do where nat 20. All right, bite. You got your thing. You got your stuff. All right, your immunities are bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical weapons that are silvered. Oh my god, yeah. Yep.
Oh my God.
That's so cool. All right, awesome. Let's fucking do this. All right, so Pro Gamer Guns rolled a 14. Pro Gamer Guns 14. Very good. Plus 4. So you rolled an 18. Pro Gamer Guns. Skullface rolled a 13 plus you had 13 plus 3 is 16. You rolled better than this 16. Let's roll for the kobolds. Come on, dice. 17. Nice. Kobolds just rolled 17. That's bad. Max, I'm gonna roll for myself. I rolled a 1. That's great. So Max got a 1 plus what? 5. That sucks. Okay. Cobra rolled that. Okay. Kobolds, Max. That's it, huh? Okie dokie. And the kobolds. Oh yeah, they got a 17 plus. They don't have anything plus. So it goes. Pyro again. Pro Gamer Guns. Pro Gamer. Skullface a thing. Kobolds third.
It's not on you.
Kobolds. Next is after that. Skullface. I go dead last. And Maxi. Okie dokie. Alright, so Pyro, you're up.
We failed our stealth.
Yeah, we failed stealth. He failed his constitution to try and be quiet. You know, I was gonna get, you know, it just, we all rolled really bad. It got bad. Yeah, it got bad. We're detected. We're detected by this group. Yeah, it's kind of a group stealth. Yeah, it's to eliminate, it's to make it easier for me to do it right.
Yeah,
all right,
okay.
so you're up, babe. All right, the kobolds are kind of snarling. The
huh?
I'll
attack the closest kobold with my
You're far. You have to move. So you want to move
Yes,
closer?
But stay far.
Okay, so there's right side tunnel, left side tunnel. You want to do a firebolt, you can be like 5, 10,
I don't wanna
15,
do a
20,
firebolt.
25.
I wanna do my arrow.
30. Okay, so in your vision, you have regular kobolds. I'll just start with from right to left. The cobalt with the shield is blue. The shaman kobold is amazing. Isn't that weird? All right. Yes, you can use your frostblade. It's a bonus action, I believe, right, to switch your weapon or something, or you just pull it out. Never mind. Yeah, it's nothing. You can pull it out. 11 damage. All right. So which one, the left one or the right one? The left one, the orange one. All right. So Cowgirl says, "Well, this is fucked," and she freaking pulls out her arrow and she goes, and the arrow zooms in camera straight into how much damage? 11 damage. The kobold just straight through the head, just falls down. It falls into the back of the shaman, or into the front of the shaman, and the shaman just kind of throws his kobold companion's dead body to the side. This kobold is dead on the side right here. All right, who's next? Pro Gamer Guns, you are next. I need you to start typing. I'm sorry. I just thought I'd done by now. Okay. The kobold with the shield starts to slam his shield to his side as he kind of, does this chant in Draconic and in succession with slamming his shield in an attempt to increase the morale. I hop on Molly and we fly over to the fire. She poos on it to peek it out in hope of the smoke will blind the bad guys. Okay, so that's a huge fire. This fire is over 10 feet wide. So you jump onto Molly, and Molly moves her 30 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She only gets to about right here. She can't make it to the fire. You are still on her back. And she can't hit the fire right now. Who is going to... You can still do your move or your attack. Up to you. As the rest of you guys, Skullface, Cowgirl, Max, you see Molly and Pro Gamer Guns running past you guys. As thump, 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 thump. She whisks past you guys, her wings folded close to her back. Pro Gamer Guns, you find yourself in front of the fire. Do I have my stats with the Were-Rat skill improvements or the full Were-Rat stuff? You have your regular weapons. I feel you have your items and everything like that. You just have, like, the stats of what the Were-Rat is and anything it can do. The only thing I say it can't do is you don't get the lycanthropy addiction to give to the kobolds. You don't transfer the lycanthropy to them. That's the only thing I would say, but you can... bite if you wanted to, but you think your swords do more damage. You can do the multi-attack. There makes 2 attacks, one of which can be only a bite. So you could do a bite and a sword attack, or a melee, or your you could do you could do a bite and a double axe, or you could do that. You could do your short sword. I mean, you could do your swords. I'd say you don't gain the hand crossbow or the short sword because you already have the weapons. Rat or hybrid form only. Humanoid or hybrid form only. Yeah, so that's here in hybrid form. Super changer. I can polymorph into a rat, humanoid hybrid, or into a giant rat. I'd say you have that too. Have advantage on wisdom, perception checks, or rely on smell. Yeah, you have all those stats. The only thing I'd say is you can't transfer the lycanthropy to anybody. Do stats. She really has to go. She has a lot of your into that. That's fine, but you still have an attack to do. So either tell me you want to attack somebody or something like that, but she can't move any closer. You on her back, you can either do your attack or move to attack somebody, but you are kind of be careful because you and Molly are right in front of this whole group of people, and their initiative, it's gonna be scary. Pro Gamer Guns, you rolled a 17. All right, who do you want to attack? You see pink, blue, green. The Shaman is green. The Dragon Shield is blue, or the freaking Kobold normal is blue. Yes, that is a hit. Damage. Rolled an 8. Sounds good. Are you doing your Talon? A Naginata to chop the leg. I use him to the purple guy's leg off. Sounds good. You jump off Molly in same motion. You use the momentum and you grab your Naginata and you strike down. And you use to cut the leg off. As you strike down, the Kobold just shoom, does one of this kind of like you trip, kind of flops to the ground as he feels like as you chop his leg off and you kind of just stab directly into his chest and he dies at your feet. Okay. That is your turn. The kobolds are next. Okie dokie. As this goes down, the shaman. Oh my god. The shaman. Okay, so the shield goes first. So 5, 10, 15, 20. You find the shield moving towards you, Pro Gamer Guns, as he moves to attack. They have advantage on attack when they're near 5 foot of their ally, or no, if their ally is within 5 feet of target, and an ally is not dead. The ally is not within 5 feet of his target. He does not get advantage on the attack against you. Save it to start your turn. Man, next Heart of the Dragon. Oh man. Can't. Okay. Pack attack is multi-attack. He does a spear, +3, and he has a spear. Okay. +5 to melee, +3 to hit, 4 damage. Okay. Alright, so the dragon shield, or the kobold, grabs his shield and he kind of hurls it forward in front of you, Pro Gamer Guns, and he strikes towards you with his spear in his hand.
Dying, everybody.
You know what? This is faster. 8. Rolls an 8 plus 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is not a hit. The strike goes towards you, Pro Gamer Guns. The first strike. He misses with his first. 14 plus 3. Sorry, I've never used them before. So 3, 14, 56, 17, just barely. So the first one, Pro Gamer Guns, you have your Naginata, just barely, as you see to your right, and the Kobold Shield kind of is dashing towards you with his shield in front, and he kind of strikes towards you. You kind of pull to the side, and you kind of use your Naginata with your pole in your hand, and you deflect the first one, and in the same moment, he pulls back and strikes again with the second one, hitting you for 4 damage, Pro Gamer Guns. Alright. Go for 4. Give me your life. Whatever.
How are you doing?
16. Okay. As that goes down, the shaman, or no, the other little kobolds go first. So this kobold is going to take 2 steps back and to the side. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and he's going to do a sling attack with you, at you. He pulls out. This one has a sling in his hand with a rock in it, and he starts to spin the sling towards you, Pro Gamer Guns. Oh, do this. It's easier. 14 plus plus what? His +4. 14. That's another 17. He does 4 damage to you as well, Pro Gamer Guns. You see this Kobold move to the right and just throw a sling at you. The pebble kind of ping, kind of strikes you in the cheek, and you feel it hit your bone as it does another 4 damage to you.
Oh, you got it. Good
God.
job.
12. All right. This Kobold is going to 5, 10, 15, and do another sling attack at you, Pro Gamer Guns. Oh my God, girl, what are you doing? Oh my God. Okay. 20. You rolled a 9. That is a fail. Pro Gamer Guns, as you feel the sling, you see another one coming, and you kind of dodge to the side as this rock in slow-mo. You kind of see, and it's kind of curved and kind of has a sharp edge to it as this little bastard goes flying past you. The other kobold, the little one, is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 steps back and shoot at you again from the... he has disadvantage because an ally is directly in the path between him. So he is going to roll, because he can't see you, rolled a 3. He rolled a 20, so he fails. Rolled a 3 and a 20, so he takes the worst one. As he shoots towards you, he pulls back, and he has his crossbow in his hand, and he aims and he pulls the trigger as he barely gets a sight on you, and the arrow flies past the shaman and flies right past you as you see this arrow just ting between the stone wall behind you as he misses that shot as well. Okay, so next is the shaman. He is going to roll. The shaman. On hit.
Damn it!
Okay. I have 4 slots, and then I have 2 slots at level 2. Okay. So here goes, Pro Gamer Guns. So this shaman starts to slam his you see this kobold kind of, he's got the hood over him. He kind of looks a little older than the other kobolds. He's kind of got a couple scars on his snout, Pro Gamer Guns, as the fire emanates from his left side, and the cape and the cloak he's wearing kind of hides his eyes. You see the gleaming of his red eyes through the cloak as it shines and gleams at you, and he slams his staff into the ground, and all of a sudden this chromatic orb starts to form right next to you on the left side. Let's see here. So it is going to be
There we go.
Poison. It's going to be acid. So this green chromatic orb forms next to you, and we'll roll for a hit. It has to hit first. Okay, here we go. Rolled a 4. So that's a fucking miss. On hit, 1 action. Acid, cold, and nope. Okay, so this chromatic orb, yeah, on hit. So this chromatic orb tries to form next to you, Pro Gamer Guns, and you kind of use your naginata and you kind of smack it to the side as this ball it's kind of circular in shape, kind of formed around here, and it gets moved, and you kind of push it to the side as it just barely hits you, and it kind of sits there forming. It's staying in shape, holding its form. Not sure if I'm doing this spell exactly right, but this is my understanding of it. Okay, be right back. You let him, tell him to fuck off. Okay, so that is all their turns. Next goes Skullface. You're up.
Is over now.
I run out screaming, fight someone your own size, or wait, you can't, you're too short, you can't, you short shits. And then I use Misty Step to get as close as I can and then I slash at him. All right, so this the shaman one, I take it you're going for the shaman one or the dragon shield. Which one are you going for? I mean the shield kobold or the shaman? Skullface starts getting ready to attack. Go ahead also and roll your attack as well, Skullface. Skullface starts to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30s. You slip past Cowgirl and then use your Misty Step to get another, let's see, I think it's like 30 feet at least, right? Misty Step. Oh, don't tell me that's what I switched out and was wrong. Oh, yeah, it was Misty Step. That's what you did instead of that one. Okay, cool. So I think it's 30 feet. 5. Let me double check. I have to double check. I thought it was 60 feet, but it might be 30 feet. Sorry. I went to the library today, but I put Witch Bolt on. I remember it's not Witch Bolt. Misty Step. You teleport 30 feet. Okay, so 30 feet. So you find yourself to the dragon shield. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, so you would find yourself next to the dragon shield, I believe. As close to the shaman. Okay, so if it was the shaman, let's see here. So you were about right here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, you just barely make it. So Skullface, you start running past Cowgirl. You kind of slip to the side of Cowgirl between the wall and Cowgirl, and you're like, you fight me, you little short shits, and you all of a sudden you find yourself Misty Step as the black and green arcane energy poof. Pro Gamer Guns, you see Skullface kind of just disappear in front of you and reappear behind you next to the shaman. Go ahead and roll your... Oh yeah, you are in were-rat form as well, as this were-rat comes running past you. I thought I saved a were-rat, but I bet I could find a were-rat right now. But go ahead and roll your 20 and roll for the attack. Someone has to roll for me. Okay, I have to watch. Yeah. You must have something. That's funny. Well, you only know 4 spells, so you have Hex, level 1, which I think it's yours actually though. So level 2, Branding Smite, Misty. Oh, there's Misty Step. Teleport 30 feet. There it is. I found it. Misty Step and Witch Bolt. Okay, we're good. I rolled a 14. Very good. Go ahead and roll damage. All right, so you have your ice blade out as you have your were-rat form, and you're kind of beefy, and you're wearing your same clothes and armor, and you're snarling, and your eyes are glowing in the red, and you have your I think you have dark vision back. Pro Gamer Guns, you see this large were-rat running towards you, and your as Skullface is changed, and now finds you're good. He poofs and disappears behind you, and reappears, Misty Stepped right next to the shaman. Here's his were-rat. There you go, and we'll turn you around. I know what I can do, watch this. I can group you guys. Group. Advanced. Group, there it is. Alright. What's your damage? Rolled an 8. Okay, so that's it. Skullface. I thought you do D2. Oh yeah, your sword's a D8. Plus what? What's your sword's plus 5? So 8 plus 5. Nice. You rolled an 8. Okay, they have to roll for a Constitution saving throw to see if they are slowed down. If I remember correctly. Okay. They roll a Constitution saving throw against your DC, which is a 15. Right? The DC is a 15, so they have to get a 15. I don't believe they have any other, but I want to say this. Oh yeah, there you go. Constitution +1. They have a +1 in their Constitution. Well, he rolled a natural 1. So he does not fail. So he is now slowed half speed. As you pull out your sword as the were-rat and you misty step in front of him, you kind of strike towards him, and you kind of see this ice form around his chest as the kobold, the cloak kind of covering the blade as you pull out, and the ice spreads, and the kobold it starts to slow down its movement. Max is next. Yay! Maxie is like, I know I'm late for the fight, but I'm the life of the party, and I come running past Cowgirl. So 5, slip past, same movement you did. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I am just barely out of movement. I have 30 feet. And they take D4 damage. Sounds good. He takes 2 because he didn't have it. Okay, sounds good. This the kobold takes 2 points of damage. Sounds good. The shaman sounds very good. Okay, very good. 25. I move to throw. Hang on. So he's like 5, 10 feet. Okay. It's not a parking system. Things were coming in, and the bullets were out of the gun, and a T-Rex came in and almost killed the scorpions. No. Okay. No. I haven't been on. I rolled an 8 plus my 7. That's good. I throw my other sword as well. 12 plus 6. Okay, so the kobold's armor is 15. What's that? 8? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, I missed my first one. As I throw my sword towards the kobold sees Max coming, and he pulls up his shield, and my sword flies to the right side near this other kobold, and I throw my other sword towards the dragon shield, and as he blocks the first one, the second comes in and flies past him and strikes him on the cheek as the sword kind of flies past him to the ground as it ching 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 hits the ground behind him. He takes 6 plus 10 damage. Fuck yeah. Okay. The strike kind of starts to blend. You see this green ichor as it comes out of his side of his face. You are up, babe. Next will be Pro Gamer Guns after Cowgirl. Here you are, Mr. Were-Rat. Oh. Didn't get grouped? Yeah, you did. Yeah, I kind of. I mean, you just have to move. Yeah, you have to move closer, or like you'll have disadvantage kind of on the attack because I'm right in front of your shot. You can move over though and get next to me, I think. 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep, you can get right next to me. One. The dragon, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, kobold with the shield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 left.
Move forward, move closer.
Okay. Okay.
Kind of near you.
Okay, so you find yourself right next to Max.
I'm gonna do quickened.
Okay.
And cast blur.
Blur. Okay, sounds good. Oh, so you're gonna do your two sorcery points, right? 2 sorcery points to do that. Okay, and quickened. So you're gonna do you're gonna do quickened. Yeah, that's costs how many? Yeah. Okay.
You were doing it for blur.
No. Okay. So and then you can.
So then for my next roll.
Okay, so you want to blur and fireball. Okay, so Cowgirl gets next to Max, and she uses her sorcery points to do her quickened. She uses her and she makes she does a blur as a bonus action, right, instead of an action, and she causes 2 images as she starts to fluctuate as she did when the displacer beast attacked us. And you do your fireball to who? To which one? The shield. Okay, sounds good. She gets her fireball ready, as it almost looks like 2 images of fireballs are coming, and she does her fireball towards the dragon shield that just got cut as he's kind of mid-motion, holding 5. All right, sounds good. As the fireball, he kind of peeks his head up from his shield, and all of a sudden just gets singed on the side of his head as his kind of hair from the back of his spine catches a little singedness, and you kind of see as it affects him, he kind of growl. Huh? They already did. They will be next, actually, at the Pro Gamer Guns. They're in the middle. 5 damage. 3, 2, 1. 0. Okay, sounds good. Pro Gamer Guns, you're up. Okay, so she wants Molly to go try and piss on the fire again. So Molly walks over to the fire while you're getting your turn ready, Pro Gamer Guns. And she starts to pee on the freaking fire. And the fire is about a 10-foot long fire. You sight to see that she puts out about maybe a little bit half of it. But it's still kind of going. You deduct that it's going to take a couple more times. She puts out about this much. All right. Anything else? As you get that ready, the kobolds will be doing their attack. Skullface, you kind of feel... let's look at these stats a little bit of how much different the were-rat is to you. Oh, I have to pull you up on a different stat block. Otherwise, the kobolds will be going next. Pro Gamer Guns, anything else you'd like to do? And we'll get this rolling. The smoking did not happen yet. You deduct it's going to take a couple more to make the entire 10-foot fire the bonfire. It's practically a bonfire. Yeah. 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 Okay, as that's going down, you still have your attacks. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here we wanted to look at Skullface's where we're at. So your strength is still, you know, basically you just have your stats of your thing, your dex. I'd say you still have your actual normal stats, though. Well, your charisma would be -1. Do you think... I think I would actually do that. Your hit points are 33, so you have 33 hit points as a were-rat right now. So that will dissipate, and then when that 33 points is up, that's when... I'd like to deal with the tokens. No, Molly's just kind of, you know, she's not attacking, she's just, all the animals can do stuff, but yeah, it's Pyro, Pro Gamer Guns, Kobolds, Skullface, Max. Okay, so I use my talent to stab the blue guy in the head. All right, so Pro Gamer Guns, you start to pull out your Naginata, and you just lunge towards his head, and he kind of has his shield, and he kind of pushes it back as he kind of snarls at you, and he goes next. I rolled a 9 plus Plus 4 is 13. Nope. So the first spear misses you. Second one, 19. So the first spear, you kind of, again, it goes towards you as you look down below him, and he kind of tries to sneak it out, and it comes from behind the shield, and you miss the first one, but in the same time, he kind of moves it to the side and kind of slices you on the side of your torso. Sure. Turn uncle. Oh wow. Okay, so there you go. Quick. Okay, now. So, as this is going down, he does his multi-attack, and then as his bonus action, he kind of yells into the sky, and you kind of feel this aura of green kind of emanate, and you almost feel like as he yells out in this fearsome roar, that yipping goes away, and it almost sounds more like a dragon at that moment, as all of a sudden his Heart of the Dragon ability activates, and all kobolds within 30 feet of him have advantage on their attack rolls. On their next attack rolls. So 5, 10, 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, until their next turn. It's their absolute next turn. It's their absolute next turn. Okay, so as that's going down, they use it. It's what? What do you mean? They have advantage on their next attacks, so they use it. They will use it. They will use it. They're bad guys. They're gonna use their advantage if they can. I thought you were asking, would they choose not to use it? What do you mean? What do you mean? No, what do you mean? Okay. So the kobold shield goes, and the next kobold, the purple kobold, what? Okay. 3. So the pink kobold doesn't go. He shoots towards Max, and the arrow flies right past him. 7. The second kobold to the yellow kobold shoots towards Molly as it shoots towards the fire with his sling attack. The rolls a 4, which misses. Molly, the pebble kind of flies right past Molly as the stone kind of chings behind in the background. The other kobold is going to go with the crossbow. The red one is going to shoot towards Skullface. 13 plus 4 is 17. Just barely. Skullface, you have your armor. The rolls a... I will have him roll because I don't have that one. 3 plus his dex, which is 1, so 4. That's right. So the arrow comes towards you. But you have you have immunity to piercing damage. So as this kobold shoots towards you, Skullface, you feel the arrow go into your chest, and you kind of look at him, and you kind of just as you pull out the bolt, and the kobold kind of just like opens its eyes and is just is a little worried. The shaman looks at you, Skullface, and is going to do Charm Person. He's going to cast Charm Person on you. Go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw. And you have advantage if you are fighting the person. So go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw. Or wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw twice because you have advantage because you're fighting him. I rolled a 14. All right, roll again. Oh, but you already passed it with that one. So, okay, so as the shaman looks at you and he starts to kind of cast his hands, and he does, he casts Charm Person on you, and you kind of feel this kind of, as this glittering kind of sensation goes in the front of your eyes, and you shake it off as his effect is, or his attack is ineffective. The chromatic orb also, I believe, disappears. It takes concentration to keep it. Wait, I don't think Charm Person takes concentration though. That's okay. Okay, next, let's see here. The cobalt yellow, red, green. Yeah, that's everybody. All right, Skullface, you are up, sir. Can't speak in rat form. Okay, so Skullface, you see yourself in front of the shaman as he tries to kind of charm you, and you shake it off, and it makes you even more angry, for you're aware that he tried to charm you, and you yell at him, "You little shit, you're next!" as you snarl and you get ready to attack him. You rolled an 11 plus plus what? Your thing, so plus your axe, right? So plus 7, right? So yep, that hits. You get your axe out, and you're holding your beefy rat-like fingers, appendages, as your nails are long and sharp and almost a yellow tint to your were-rat nails as you strike down with the shaman. Go ahead and roll damage. As you strike down with your great axe and you strike towards his chest. As he's getting that ready, Max is also going to do his attack. Me with a little scream. We don't like this. This form isn't me, but I love it. I stab him and then bite him. Okay. All right, so you need to roll twice for the multi-attack. I believe that's how it works, is you have to roll twice. So you rolled a 14 and you rolled an 11, so both hit. Okay, sounds good. Do damage. And the bite is like 4, I believe. The bite attack does 1d4 plus 2. And it doesn't do the Constitution saving throw. 1d4 plus 2. So I rolled a 6. 6 plus 5. So, oh, you have your stats as a were-rat, so 6 plus 4. Wait, no, you have a 6. Oh, your charisma is 8. Okay, so no, what's going on? Oh. Okay. I rolled a 1. Okay, 3 plus 2, that's 5. So 6 plus. So you actually have a -1 in your charisma. So you actually do 1d6. You do 6 minus 1, so you do 4 damage plus 4 plus sorry, I'm trying to get this right here. You rolled 20, you didn't need to do that one. So 4 plus 5, 4 plus 3. 4 plus 3, so 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you get your axe down and you strike towards his chest, and he kind of has his shaman's staff, and you see it emanate and glow in a green fashion, much like similar to yours, but a brighter green, not a darker green, and it kind of deflects your great axe as he takes 6, 7, 8, 9, or 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. I will say you use your charisma instead of your strength, but your charisma is a -1. And you do take the form. You do take the form of your creature, so you also takes his stats. If you polymorph into an eagle, you take the eagle's stats. You keep you have its health, its stats, its what's its not, its abilities, its immunities. The only thing I'd say you don't have is giving, even the item specifies it to, is it doesn't give the lycanthropy. But you have everything basically that a were-rat has, which is 0 intelligence, 0 wisdom, dex of +2, a con of +1, and all that junk. That's kind of how polymorph works, and this is a polymorph potion. You take 7 damage. Yeah, the shaman, 7, 25, 20, so it's 18. Okay. The shaman, as the strike of the deflection of the shield, you can kind of hear a crack in the magical essence of the staff, as it takes a lot of brunt of damage to stop your attack and move, and basically he takes 7 damage, and he's kind of takes a couple steps back and is looking very waning. Max, I go as well. Alright. Max rolled a 3. Alright, so 3 plus. So that first one fails. I move up to the dragon shield. And I strike with. And I miss the first attack. Alright. And roll a set. Rolled 20. Rolled a 7. And I fucking miss again. It's 14. Okay, so I strike with this. I strike towards the kobold, and the kobold, Jing puts his shield up, and he misses both attacks. And I turn around and I try to strike again, and he uses his spear, and he kind of deflects my second attack. Jesus Christ, that sucked. All right, so next is Pyro. You are up. As this is going down, I'm going to look at chromatic orb. Okay. Okay, so you can get to about right here. Alright. You're about right here. And you can shoot the yellow one. Magic missile. You have a pink one next to you. And then you have the yellow one over here near the tents. Okay, do you want to do your firebolt or magic missile? Magic missile. Okay, go ahead. You move up forward a little bit. Let's. You guys kind of see more into this room now. There's a couple of crates over to the right. Okay, 7 damage. Okay. So Cowgirl gets her fire missiles ready as she creates 3 balls of fire, and she flies towards the kobold in front of her as the fire kind of pushes and hits the kobold. The kobold kind of screeches out. As how much was that again? How much damage? 7. All right. This kobold just screeches in terror as all of a sudden just falls over. The fire emanating off its body as this kobold is no more. Okay, but yeah. Okay. Pro Gamer Guns, you are up next. Kenny. Okay. Oh, yeah. Chromatic orb. That's what I was going to look up. I step away from the cobalt and go look in the tent. Okay, so that's fine. You take a you can step away from him and not use it as a disengage action, or you can use a disengage action. If you walk away from an enemy that you're within 5 feet, he will attack you as a attack of opportunity because you're moving out of his range and you are engaged. So you can do that if you want to do that. Well, I just need to specify. I won't be giving that. I won't be saying this again. This is just something that I believe has not been something that's been come up very often. So it's the disengagement rule. I will remind you of it, that if you leave a creature's and you walk away, you take an attack of opportunity. Okay, so you roll to investigate. So as you're walking away, you take let's see here, he's going to roll for attack. Roll with advantage. He gets a 13 plus his 4 is 17. He does a strike with his spear towards you, Pro Gamer Guns. Let's see here. That is 4 damage. Okay. He strikes towards you as you're walking away. You see in the last second is he strikes towards you with his spear, doing 4 damage. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. As you investigate in the tent, what did you get for your investigation? Roll for investigate. Rolled a 6 plus your investigation is 0. You find yourself walking. Well, there's another one right here. You don't really see anything. You find yourself on the outside of the tent, next to this kobold, looking at you, but you do not find. Well, here's the thing, though. It's fine with the delay, but also when you say things like "I roll for investigation," you I will tell you that. That's kind of committing at that point, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. Sorry about the delay, but yeah, it's called a disengagement rule. I've done it multiple times. I guess you just never really. This is kind of, it's becoming at that point where I've done it a couple times now that it should be something that you guys should remember. If you don't, it's fine. It's not a big deal. But you rolled a bad investigation anyway, so you kind of find yourself next to, and I've done it before. I walk away from a creature that I think I can take the hit from it. It's no biggie. So Pro Gamer Guns, next go the kobolds. All right. So the kobold dragon shield. He is actually going to run past Max, take an attack of opportunity, as he is going to use 5, 10, 15. He is going to get the fuck out of here, and you do not know where he is going, but I roll for an attack of opportunity. Oh wait, okay, whatever. 10 plus my 7 is 17. As he's running off, I take my attack. Oh wait, I don't have my swords. I don't have my swords. I threw my fucking swords. Oh wait, no, I called them back. I forgot I called them back. That's the trick about my swords. I keep forgetting. I can just do that as a bonus action. Okay. So I rolled that. I rolled damage. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so 10 damage. As he's running past, I yelled, "Oh hell no, you don't!" and I strike towards his legs and his back. He takes 10 damage as he kind of screeches as he runs off, bleeding, but he's still getting the hell out of there. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to use his action, his whole turn, to dash, so he gets another 30 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, there you go. He is running off. Kobold, the red kobold is going to shoot towards, seeing as it did not even damage you, He's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he is going to shoot towards Molly. Let's do his attack. Rolls 20. Fuck. Sorry about that. Okay, it fell. I rolled a 5. Okay. He strikes towards Molly with his crossbow, and the crossbow bolt flies past Molly. The other one is going to go. That one's done. That one's done. There's 1, 2 left. Okay. Let's see here. The one towards you, Pro Gamer Guns, is going to take out his dagger and attack you with his dagger at the yellow one. Rolled a 4 plus 8. As he strikes with his dagger towards you, Pro Gamer Guns, you grab your naginata, and you're getting all scuffed up. You're getting a lot of scars now, and you're starting to feel a little exhausted. But in the last second, you use your naginata and deflect his dagger coming towards you as he lunges. This kobold wearing a leather jacket and strap belts to his side as he has his pack of stones next to him. The cobalt dagger you see in his hand has dragon scales and looks almost like a crocodile hide on the hinge or the hilt. Okay, let's see here. So next goes the shaman towards you, Skullface. Let's see here. That's just a scorching ray. 2d6 each. Okay. All right, he is going to do his last level 2 spell, or his first level 1 spell, 2 spell slot. He is going to do fire rays as this burst of fire starts to emanate from his hand. This long ray of fire goes towards you, Skullface. I roll 3 times. Rolled a 10, plus his spell attack modifier is 4. So the first one misses. 18, second one hits. 6. Okay, 6. Plus 4 is 10. Okay, so you are good. Your armor class still. So he gets the fire bolt towards you. 2d6 for each hit. So roll 6. Roll 6. All right. He rolled a 6 and a 2. So 7, 8. You take 8 damage of scorching fire ray. Let me double check your immunities real quick. It is fire, so you're not immune to fire. Silver, anything magic, you're good. Okay, so you take 8 damage, I believe that was. 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8 damage, Skullface. On your polymorphed form, so 33, 2, 3, 1, 30. 25. Skull. 25. I'm just gonna write down your polymorph health is right here. He's not really, the icon's not really working. I can't put the health adjustment. Okay. The other kobold is dead. The one that's red already shot. All right, that is it for the kobolds. Yeah. So Skullface, you're up. I use Hellish Rebuke. As the damage comes to you, you snap your fingers and you roll 2d10. Roll 2d10. You do your Hellish Rebuke.
Alright, kiddo, you want to start?
1d10. Oh, it's 1d10. 1d10. Rolled a 7, sounds good. As the damage comes to you, you feel the fire kind of singed your fur. You kind of, and the green flames enter your were-rat eyes, and you snap your fingers, and the hellfire starts to form around the shaman as the fire starts to consume him, and it burns around his. Huh? Yeah, I know. There's nothing I can probably try and message him in private, but I never said I was gonna lurk back. I never ever agreed to any of that. Freaking, so he wants to lurk. I'm not, don't really care. But this is why, because it's annoying. I'm still with you. Why would you want 100 people saying that? I'm still with you. Keep it up. Why? It's automated. It's all automated. But so scroll. I lost track here. Oh yeah. So 10. It was at 7 damage, right? And after that. It's 2. Rolled a 1d10. It says reaction 1d10 fire is half on DC 15. Yep, 2d10 fire must be. Oh, it has a Constitution saving throw too, or dex. Creatures must make a Dexterity saving throw, or it takes half of 2d10. So go ahead and roll a 2d10, and he will roll a Constitution or Dexterity saving throw, and their Dex is +1. Okay. God damn it! Now I'm just into it here because I hate when I have to re-roll it twice because it falls. 3. Okay, so he fails. He takes the full brunt of 2d10. As that is going down, it will be Max's turn. I give chase to the Cobalt Shield. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh man, I'm so close. I can throw my swords again though. All right, so I'm gonna throw my swords at him. As he is running and I am running, I will have disadvantage. 16, that's pretty good for disadvantage. Another disadvantage. 1, so the second one fails. All right, so I throw my sword. I'm running towards the dragon shield. His back to me. I'm chasing down the kobold, and I throw one of my swords at him, and it just barely hits the second one. Roll 6, 2 damage plus 4 is 6 damage. As the shield takes 6 more than 8. Man, he's looking bad as the sword kind of pierces into his side, and it's kind of in his side right now, and he's running with my sword kind of pierced into him, into his side. He is not looking too good. That Skullface Pyro, you're up. If that'll be after Skullface's whatever he was doing. So scrolled a 9. I rolled an 11. So you're doing your Skullface. Are you doing your stab the nearest kobold? Sounds good. Okay. So you rolled. She rolled. Where's Skullface? Okay, she rolled a 9. So 9 plus 7 is 16. Yeah, 9 plus 7 is 16. So he failed it. So the shaman actually takes 25. So minus 16. Hang on, I gotta do math here. So 6, that's 9. 9. 1 goes over here, it's 2. 2 is 0, so it's 9. He's at 9 health. The shaman is looking pretty bad. And you did your roll. You rolled your 11 plus your 7, so that's looking pretty good. Or I do damage, so that's a hit. Oh, he had an advantage. Damn it. Yep, I fucked up the fire raise. I didn't give him advantage. Well, no, I mean, he has a one. I don't remember. Whatever, we'll play it through. Roll a 10. Oh fuck. All right, there you go. So as you you use your hellish rebuke, the fires engulf this this shaman, and his robes start to burn around him as all of a sudden he finds himself without his special magical robes. And in the same look, he looks up, and Skullface towering above him as a snarling were-rat, and his armor and everything kind of shaped to his body magically, as he in his were-rat form, just his horns still appearing through his were-rat form, just strikes the shaman in half, and the shaman just splits down the middle and just gurgles shut as he dies in a flaming, charbroiled mess. Okie dokie. What the? You're up. Pyro, you're up next. Okay, so there's the yellow shaman, there's the yellow kobold near Pro Gamer Guns, there is the red shaman near, which one? The purple one's dead. The one you shot is dead. There's two left, and the shield is running off, and Max is chasing it. Max is trying to chase down this kobold that's running off. The yellow one? Okay, go ahead. He's just out of thing. Alright, you're good. Go ahead and roll 20. Roll a 4. Cowgirl gets her flame ready, and she starts to aim towards Pro Gamer Guns, and Pro Gamer Guns is kind of in front of her, and she kind of can't get the shot right, and she shoots, and she just moves short as the kobold kind of has to the side, and phew, the fireball flies past him. Pro Gamer Guns, you are up. Use my talon to slice the throat of the yellow guy. Sounds good. Roll attack. Nah, it rolled, oh, sorry. Roll 20. 17 hit.
Unlike you, I move on. Announcements and have to.
Oh, wow, very good. 8 plus... Doesn't even matter. So you're feeling worn out, and you deflect the dagger with your naginata. In the same moment, you put your naginata behind you, and you pull out your talon, and you just strike with all your might up into there, and you shish kebab this kobold and you in front of you, and you kind of hold it, and you feel the ichor kind of going near your face as it drips the cold blood. For these lizards are cold-blooded, and you throw him to the side, and this kobold is no more. Is it time for bed? No. She had a substitute, and today, and she wasn't sure if she had homework or not, but like the substitute she had today. Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right. There's like she normally gets it, but he didn't hand it out. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Where is this? Do it. Bring it back. Tell you.
And he had in his head, and his head falls off. Head. Okay. As you throw it down, you walk over to this kobold, looking at on the side of you, and you cut his head off on the side. As you hear the chink of your metal hit the stone. Good. Okay. No. Alright, so that kobold's done. After that, it goes the kobolds after Pro Gamer Guns. So this kobold is also going to run and use its dash action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It uses dash action too, as well. 5. Oh, he had an expeditious retreat. 5, 10, 15. Expeditious retreat. That's something that they have. Or no, that's what he has. Eesh. Okay. 20. Trying to see who has Expeditious Retreat. Heart of the Dragon, save and start turn. All kobolds within 30 feet. Here, melee. I had to double check. Thought I had that down. Not the wiki. I don't want the wiki. No, I don't want that description either. Wiki fandom is what I like. I thought they had... I don't want that. I want the stat block. Okay. As that is going down... Monster deals. Or there we go. Pack tactics. Sunlight. Nope. Okay, so no, it's only the other one that gets that. Okay, sorry. So he was about here. He gets to right next to Max and holds his, or stays at there and uses to about there. The other Cobalt Dragon Shield is going to keep running. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, or 30, okay, and then dash action, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Crap. Getting far, guys. That is Cobalt. Skullface, your turn. It's it's not gonna put it out. Yeah, it takes a lot of piss to put out a fire. A lot of water too. Like fire doesn't, you know, not enough. Like, have you ever pissed on a fire? Even a big creature, it's just not enough. I mean, I would on a small fire, but on a 10-foot wide bonfire, or not 10-foot wide, but like 5-foot wide bonfire here, like it is 10 feet. Huge freaking bonfire. All right, so at that, I charge at the red cobalt and scream Leslie. I slash him and bite him, trying to get a bit of flesh. Oh wait, never mind. That's okay. Sorry, changing the thing. I take it you probably run towards him though, right? As this is going down, you kind of everybody loses track of Max as he runs down the hall trying to follow this Cobalt. The Cobalt disappears into the darkness. He does not have a torch on him, but he does not seem, you don't really see where the hell he goes. He disappears around from your view. Max loses him in the darkness. I now still see the light emanating behind me from the bonfire as I stand next to this Cobalt. And a Misty Step. Okay. So you use your 30 feet and you use Misty Step. So I think you could do that. So we'll move you next to here. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You barely need your Misty Step to get over here. As your were-rat form. Where? Oh, that's weird. Come on, go. Okay. Weird. What's going on? Alright, ungroup. Just do that. Thought that would stick you guys together, but it doesn't. Skullface, you start to run past Molly. You're starting to charge. You hear the rumbling of Skullface's feet as he is running in were-rat form. Gets to about right here and uses his 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Uses step 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You find yourself poofing right next to the Cobalt Skullface. Go ahead and roll for attack. Roll 20, rolled a 4. Oh. Unfortunately, as soon as you you get towards the kobold, just barely. So you strike towards the kobold with your snarling fist, and you have your axe in hand still, and you strike down towards the kobold, and you just barely miss as he's running towards you. Kind of hop skips, and kind of as he's running away from you. Max is going to go next. I'm going to keep running after the dragon shield. 5, 10, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to use my dash action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I now find myself in complete darkness. I can hear the guy running in front of me, but I do not see him. I kind of stop what I'm doing, and I put my swords back, and I kind of contemplate turning around. Pyro, you're up. Alright, as Pyro Pro Gamer Guns, you will be next. Okay, there's no kobolds left in your area. The only one left is the one Max is chasing right now. To me? Or try and find me? Alright, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do you... Okay, it's getting dark. It's starting to get dark. 5, 30, 25, 30. You find yourself next to the kobold. You're actually in his area of attack. Yeah, he's going to... Do you wish to just stay there? Because you've already used your dash action. Oh, let's see here. So 5, 10, 15. Yeah, so you're using your dash action, so you can't use a disengage action. You're using your dash to get that extra movement towards me, but you're about to cross by the kobold right now.
That's it?
Yeah, you can stop, or you can keep going. It's up to you. You used your... Yeah, your action was to get farther, because everything ran off. Your action was to...
The light, the arrow.
Oh, the arrow. Okay. All right.
I said it once.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought you meant your attack fireball. All right. Okay. So, as that's going down, the kobold is now Pro Gamer Gun's turn. You start to go ahead and roll a 20. Pro Gamer Guns. As that's going down, Kobold will be going next. As you're looking through the tent, go ahead and roll a d20. Roll the 4. You search around in the tent for a while, Pro Gamer Guns, and you don't really find anything. You search around for about as fast as you can. In about the time that you've been looking around, you do not find anything in that tent. The kobold is going to go next. He's going to attempt to... Well, he kind of finds himself in a predicament right now. As a regular kobold, he doesn't really have much. I think he's going to take his chances and be a coward and run off. So that's going to be 2 attacks of opportunity. Pro Gamer Gun or Pyro roll attack and Skullface roll attack. And you too, babe. As he starts to run off. 5, 10, 15. We will see as the kobold tries to run from you guys. You rolled a 14, so that's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. There's nothing in there. You did an investigation. It's not that you didn't find what was in there. It's that this was what was in there because of your roll. That's kind of how it works. Is, you know, especially when it comes to random stuff. Sometimes there are designated items in things. But yeah, if you're rolling a 6, you're not finding it, you know. You can attempt to keep trying to do that on your turn. I think it's different than the mushroom, but it's still like, you know. All right, so you did 5 damage. Okay, skull face as well. Doesn't really matter. It's 5 damage. So, as he's running away, skull face takes the attack opportunity. Pro gamer cowgirl gets her fireball and shoots towards the cobalt as well, dealing 5 damage. Okay. Rolled 8. That is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Doesn't matter anyway. That is a hit. I'm just going to say you... What do you have as Lars? You have your Eldritch Blast. So you grab your Eldritch Blast and you shoot towards the Cobalt, and at the same time as Cowgirl uses her Fireball. You kind of look at each other and both with your hands you shoot towards the Cobalt. This Cobalt takes a couple steps and just gets hammered from behind and just falls dead flat on the floor. The other Cobalt is going to keep running. He takes 5, 10, 15, 20, and he... Let's see here. Yeah, okay. Yep, he disappears out of view right now. You do not see... I don't see him. You guys don't know where he is. And he ran off. He got away. He ran deeper into the caves. Initiative is now over. You guys have... What do you guys want to do? Initiative... You still want to follow him? Okay, so Cowgirl goes running. Past. No, Cowgirl can't see him. As Max is sitting there in the dark, he sees a light emanate from behind him, growing brighter as Cowgirl shows up next to Max, and she goes, "Looks like you could need a light. Use a light." And we go heading off to go find this Cobalt. Get to about right here. Okay. Anything else anybody else wants to do? Or I will just push narrative. Push narrative. Pro Gamer Guns, you start to search around. You're searching around for a couple minutes. You don't really find anything. Skullface, you see Cowgirl walk towards deeper down the tunnel towards Max. Alright, go ahead and check again. Roll an 11. Plus your investigation. Pro Gamer Guns, you spend another couple of minutes lurching around in this tent. You deem that you have ransacked this tent. You've thrown everything around. You find a shitty carpet on the floor. You find a couple of makeshift beddings and hay put together. This looks like one of the higher ups little cabins, but you've turned everything around. You don't really find anything of value in this tent at all. Alright, Skullface, you start to head towards where Max and Cowgirl went, and you start to catch up to Max and Cowgirl, and we head towards this way up the tunnel. We remember the trap that was nearby here, and we all move around it and make sure we don't step on it. We pass by the cage of where we picked up Santa, and we find ourselves moving towards the right. Okay. I am going to roll for stealth. I'm going to attempt to roll for stealth. Anybody else want to roll for stealth? Try and keep quiet. It does, but we've lost him, and this is what my character wants to do. I want to roll for stealth and try and hide. I rolled a 7 minus 5. My stealth roll was shit. Skullface, if you'd like to, roll for stealth. Roll a 6 plus what? 3. Oh yeah, and plus my 1. So plus 7 plus 1. So I rolled an 8, and you rolled a 6 plus whatever. So that was even worse. Or even not even worse. So 6 plus what? What's your stealth? Stealth. So 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. Seems like we lost Skullface. Pro Gamer Guns, you don't need to roll for stealth. You are way back here at a tent. If you'd like to roll for stealth, that's fine. What is your roll 20? I want to run forward. I got a 14. Okay. You find you're 14 plus what, like stealth. As we are going down this way, Skullface, Max, Cowgirl, we start to see a couple of lights emanating from ahead of us. Let's see here. As we come around, we start to hear voices, and we start to hear kind of the clanking of armor and footsteps coming down towards this hallway. As we see a light kind of shine around the right side of this bend. We don't see what it is yet, but we hear clanking, and you kind of see lights emanating from this direction.
Hey, this is Tyler from 21 Pilots. Check out our new album, Trench, featuring My Blood.
What the hell? Shut up.
YouTube Music app.
Watching for traps. Okay, so Skullface, as you're moving forward, you move forward in your rat form, and you step ahead towards these lights. As you're getting closer, it sounds like a couple of more kobolds are coming around your corner. As this is going down, Molly and Pro Gamer Guns are that disappears. You come out of the tent, you push the flaps aside, Pro Gamer Guns, and you throw in frustration as you're fighting battle, and you find nothing in this tent, and you call over Molly, and you hop on her back, and you guys dash towards the rest of the group. You find yourself running past this dead cobalt, and you feel that you're going on the way. As you get to about right here, it gets really dark, and you can't really see anything. Pro Gamer Guns, you find yourself in a dark cavern. You can't really see. You and Smalley kind of hear each other breathing, but it's so dark and eerie and musty that you don't really see anything around you right now. What would you like to do as this is going down? Let's see here. Pyro has her light source. She kind of dims her light source a little as the lights and sounds are getting closer. As we stand, I try to move to the right side and get around this corner and hide around here out of view. As Skullface, what you see first, Skullface, is another what looks to be a kobold with a shield again. This one looking different than the last. The last one having leather strapped armor on his side. This one actually not having a shirt on at all. and having a bunch of bones and a human skull on what looks like the what's genital area, like a cup, you know, like a what's the word I'm looking for here? What almost looks like a belt loop of a human skull, and the bottom part of his torso. Behind him, another another kobold shield. As these two move forward in kind of what looks like a organized fashion, and 3 more kobolds right behind them. Not the shaman. The kobolds, as they're walking towards you, they kind of take a step back and they kind of look tense and they kind of point to you and they yell at you in Draconic. And Cowgirl, you don't understand it, but Cowgirl, you hear this. In as it says, they say, intruders, get them. They must not find the babies. And you hear this. I kind of I hear kind of the muffled echo of this, and I kind of discern, all I hear is the word babies, because that catches my ear.
Go back to surrender now.
Yeah, right. Right. Is that what you want to say?
Yes, I do.
Oh, so Cowgirl, she steps next to you, Skullface, and she yells out in Draconic, unless you want something to happen to your babies, you better surrender now. Is that what you said? All right. Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Ew. 15.
15. Okay, sounds good. All right. As you say this, the kobolds with the dragon shields, they look to you and they kind of turn their head, but the other 2 kobolds, they actually run off, and you do not see where they go. They seem to taken off real quick. You do not know where they went off to, but they look a little scared. They look like they were timid. They didn't drop their weapons, but they definitely ran off in fear. And the other kobolds with the dragon shield looks as the other little kobolds are running off, and he goes, "You traitors!" in Draconic, and he throws his spear at one of them running off. He rolls a 7, and he plus his what? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. He misses, but as you see him throw shield, he's like, "Get back here!" As he throws his spear towards the other 2 kobolds that run off. The kobolds kind of jump, and you don't really see what happens as it's around the corner. But it seems that 2 kobolds ran off. Okay. As this goes down, the kobolds with the shields look towards you. He goes, "We may be small, human, but there are many of us. And you seem to have found yourselves surrounded." Sorry. My voice. As this goes down, Pro Gamer Guns, I want you to roll a D100, and is a 25% chance that you will find the right tunnel. If you get 25 to anywhere between 1 and 25, I will say you found the right tunnel. And otherwise, you kind of find yourself jumping off of Molly and using your cane to try and find the edges of the walls, and you find the you kind of try and see if you can feel yourself around. You kind of feel muck and dirt and grime and different types of refuse around, but you find yourself looking with a blind cane in a blind tunnel. Okay, everybody else, Cowgirl, Pro Gamer Guns, Max, roll for initiative. Okay. Kobolds roll. They rolled a 1. That's nice. 18. 18, huh? Eef. So 18. Who's next? I will roll for my initiative. 20. What's that? Out of fucking 20 for once. Okay. Kobold's got a 1. Skull, pro gamer guns. Skull rolled a 70. No, you wanted one between 1 and 25. So you definitely failed that roll. So Skullface, you go ahead. I'll do it eventually. Okay. So as this is going down, pro gamer guns, go ahead and roll initiative as well. Pro gamer guns. Let's roll to 16. Very good, Skull. And pro gamer guns, go ahead and roll initiative, and then that's that. So pro gamer guns, you find yourself in a dark cave with a sword, feeling around on the ground, trying to find some way of direction of which way to go. After feeling around, you find yourself coming to this what looks like a V shape, and you choose to either go left or right. Being as your percentage roll, you roll bad. You roll to the left, and you find yourself feeling the wall and searching about in a dark cave. The only light you see comes faintly eliminating from the tunnel which you came from the fire, so you know the direction not to go, but you can't really see like in this where this cave is. Like you barely see the light coming from the fire pit from down the tunnel, but that's about it. Like otherwise there is no light. You know which direction not to go. So I asked you to roll a 100, and I said if you get anywhere number between 1 and 25, that it means you have a 25% chance to find the direction. I'm sorry, pro gamer guns, but I don't know about how you crawl around in a dark tunnel, but when you have no vision in a dark room, a sword is going to find you the walls, and you found the walls, but it's not going to tell you what direction you need to go in the tunnel. So you're cruising around the outside of the tunnels. That's the best logic I can think of for how it's kind of working, is you are feeling outside the tunnels. But with a sword in the dark, you're not going to know if you need to take a left or a right to go anywhere. You're just feeling the outside walls. But you don't have this sense of blind sight. You're not this shaman monk that has this blind sight. Best you get is you are feeling around in the dark, looking for which tunnel to go through, and you find yourself going to the left. I tried to see if you would have a chance to find the right size tunnel, so I gave you like a 25% chance to find it, and you didn't roll exactly that. So that's why I'm sorry, but you aren't a blind character, so you don't have training in being blind and searching in blind. Maybe a blind person could get themselves out of this, but you are not a blind person. You're used to using your eyes, so you're not going to find your way out of this tunnel that easily. You can do things. I don't know what you have in your inventory. I thought you used to have like something with light, but I mean, you can attempt to there's a lot of things you can do, pro gamer guns. You just got to use your brain. There's things to get out of this. But you kind of decided to roll and look through the tent while the fight was going on, while everybody ran off to go find the cobalt that was obviously heading out to go warn people. You decided to stay back and look at the tent, and that's fine. That's nothing wrong with that. But that's the realities. Yeah, you got to vocalize to say something or find people, but we separated right now, so it's kind of a bad situation. Is we ran off to go make sure this guy doesn't call reinforcements. The reality situation is you're looking through a tent, so that takes a couple of minutes, which is fine. But then when you come out of the tent, you notice everyone else is gone. I'm not punishing you. Just saying this is the reality of the situation. All right, I call out to my friends to hear out which way they are. I am going to roll a perception or passive perception. So I'm trying to think of how I could do this. Because you yell out, I have a passive perception. I don't have very good passive perception. I have very horrible passive perception. So, because I'm actively looking out for my allies, I'm going to say I'm actively perceiving. So you're going to yell out and see if you can find your friends. And we're going to see if I can hear, because I'm the closest to you. If I roll a bad perception roll, I do not hear you. If I roll a good perception roll, I hear you. I have a 10 in my passive perception, so I have a plus nothing. Like, I have nothing in my perception. I have a plus 0, so here we go. Rolled a 14. Now, Pro Gamer Guns, to help me out with this, to see if I find you, I want you to roll a d20 as well. And let's see if those numbers, if your number is, let's say, higher than my number. So let's see what happens with that, okay? I'm going to try and see this mechanic work. This is kind of something new to me. I'm trying to see how I would use this in battle, because, like, I like the idea. You're yelling out to see if you can find us. But how do I exactly determine if I hear you or not is a little harder for me to understand game-wise. So I'm going to just do it in dice rolls. And that's the easy. That's always what helps me, just to be unbiased. And thing is, let's do a dice roll and see who rolls highest, basically. Molly howls. I'd say go ahead and roll that with advantage. Then, since you have Molly howling. Okay, as that is going down. As this is going down, the kobolds, their fire eliminating right here. Gave you a 7. Okay. So, Pro Gamer Guns, you yell out with Molly, and you howl out with Molly, and you kind of echoes throughout the cave. Being as the sound is so echoey, you rolled a 14, so with Molly's help, you and Molly kind of yell out, and you hear, like, as you're yelling out, you don't hear a response, but then Molly senses that you're trying to call out for help, and she joins you in kind of howling out. So she yells out this "oh" in this loud sound, and it echoes throughout the cave. You're not exactly sure who heard it, but that's the best you know right now as your character. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Oh wait, no, that's your action. So that's your action. That was you. So we'll see what happens. So now we go to, let's do this. So what was your initiative, Pro Gamer Guns? I never got that. Boom, bitch, programmers. I never got your initiative roll. While we're doing all this, I'm just going to roll for your initiative so I can get this rolling because it's taking a little longer. So your initiative is 6 plus 4, so 10. Okay, this is just to get things rolling. So Max first, Pyro second, Skull. What did you get? 16? Is that what I saw? Or 10? But 16 or 10. This looks like a 10. Either way, it is Skull second, third. The Kobolds are last. Pro Gamer Guns, you are fourth. And Kobolds are last. Interesting. Okay. Max goes first. Okay, as you guys are looking at the kobolds, I move forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's my movement. I can attempt to throw my sword at the my swords at the kobolds. 16. 18, very good. They both hit. I'm going for the first dragon, or the first shield is on the left side. I'm going to make him red. And the second one's going to be blue. Third one's going to be green. I'm going to shoot towards the red one. 6. Thanks. 3. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. All right. As that's going down, 4 and 5. Okay. 14. Let's see here. So 0. All right. So as I throw my swords towards the kobold shield, he doesn't even see it coming as he's focused on Max and Cowgirl, and behind both of them in between you see the swords fly towards in a direction as I use my my inherited swords from my father to fly towards the kobolds. As it enters into one of the kobolds, it strikes on the side of his cheek, and then the other one hits his shoulder, and both weapons fall to the ground and next to and besides them. Next is Pyro. You are up. I read the red one. Bowl, you want to try and bowl the red one? Okay. The blue one? Okay. What does it say the bowl is? It's like they have any save or anything like that? Just says nothing. You don't have any stats on it. Dude. Give me a second. 1d12 or larger, smaller creature must succeed a DC 12 dexterity saving throw or become grappled. Okay, you got that? All right. So you get your ready. You don't have to roll for attack on it. They just roll for a save. You actually make DC 10 save. Okay, so Cowgirl gets her bola out and she starts to whip them around, and she throws it towards the blue one, right? And he is going to roll a save, a DC 12. He rolls a 15. So the kobold, as you throw the bola towards the kobold, he kind of puts out his spear, and the bola wraps around the spear in front of him as he tries to stop your bola. Anything else? Any bonus action or anything like that? You're still blurred, right? Yeah, you are. I mean, how long does it last? Does it say? How long does it say blur lasts? No? Let's see. Blur. Up to 1 minute. Okay, so I'd say that minute has passed. Okay. As you get down, okay, that is hers. Skullface, you're up. I change the nearest kobold and swing with my axe and bite. Okay, sounds good. So you run towards the red kobold. Go ahead and roll for attack. Hmm. 7 plus 7, that's 14, right? 7 plus your 7. So you get ready and you strike with your first attack and your axe, and the kobold throws up his shield, and he deflects the axe off of the shield, and the shield falls just short off the side. Rolled a 3, and you again, as you you strike down, you move to the side, and you kind of try and you try to bite towards the kobold as you're kind of leaning towards the kobold, and you're kind of doing this dog bit as this kobold is trying to hold you back on the shield, and you're kind of biting in his face. You're kind of over him. So Pro Gamer Guns, you're up. As you come down here, Skullface, you start to see, I believe there's another fire pit right here. So the light starts to emanate a little more. You see the other kobolds. You see into these chambers a lot more. Oh no. You see straight towards, you see what looks like the nest of eggs. It looks like this goop that's kind of connected to the wall, and as the eggs kind of sit in the nest, they kind of hugs the wall, but you can kind of see the green eggs, and you see the other shaman, what looks to be their back is turned to you. Let's see here. It seems to be giving orders to these two kobolds. There we go. Yeah. To take the eggs and get them to, or to it looks like she's doing something with the eggs. As these two kobolds are next to this kobold right here. I crawl on the floor to my right to look for the tunnel. Okay, so as you're going, you start to feel the tunnel. 5, 10, 15. You're feeling the right side. You're feeling your tunnel. Go ahead. As you're crawling on the ground, you find yourself touching the other side of the tunnel. As this is going down, you start to see more lights coming from this side of the tunnel, as it seems that some company has arrived from this left side. They enter into the fray, and they have a torch on them, Pro Gamer Guns. You see this light, finally, as you're kind of crawling on the ground, you see this light emanate from behind you. Go ahead and roll a stealth check, Pro Gamer Guns. As this is going down, the kobolds will be going next, so go ahead and roll your stealth check, Pro Gamer Guns. This is going down, so the kobolds strike towards you. This kobold uses his bonus action. Again, you see this green aura of almost like a dragon wings kind of pop from around him as he yells out in frustration and anger as he uses his Heart of the Dragon ability. And he will roll attack with advantage. Roll a 20. As he does his max amount of damage, he strikes towards you, right? And he pokes his spear into you. But as that happens, you grab the spear and you pull it out of you, Skullface, and you throw it to the side, and he's still holding on to it. And you look at him and you just smile and gnarl at him. And he moves to do another attack with you in anger. And he hits again, but as this happens, you kind of just push it away as you're tanking these fools. The other two, roll 20, roll with advantage. This one just in so much fear after looking and seeing that the first shield kobold attacks you and doesn't even do any damage to you. This kobold kind of just shudders and tries to do another attack, and you look and you just smack this spear to the side. As this is going down, the shaman, these two kobolds run with the grab 2 eggs, and they make this a token. Token. Make this a token. Go back to tokens. All right. These two. Delete. Yeah. Okay, so these two kobolds take, fine, just, you know what, fuck it, there we go, boom. These two kobolds start to run, so about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 30, so they get to about right here. This shaman, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, gets to about right here and gets his attack on you. Here's a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yep, okay. He just barely in range of the heart of the dragon. He is going to do he's going to do chromatic orb on you again, and this time it's going to be lightning. All of a sudden next to you, Skullface, he's going to roll twice with advantage. So boom, 16, 20. Fuck. Okay. He does this chromatic orb starts to form and next to you. And it is this blue arcane, all of a sudden next to you, Skullface, this ball as the cave lights up with this bluish white arcane energy of lightning ball forms around next to you. And yeah, it is free hand. I want that blue. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, and then we'll just make little lightning bolts and stuff. I'm an artist. Don't judge me. Okay, as that is going down, it rolls the 2d8 on you. Roll 8. Rolled a 1. That's nice. 8. And chromatic orb, he's going to do it at a 1d8 over level 1. So he's going to do it at level 2. And so he's going to do 3d8. Roll 8. So 1, 2, and 4. So 5, 6, 7. So only does 7 damage to you, Skullface, as 25, 26, 4, 2, 3. So 18. You're down to 18 health on your werewolf, or your were-rat. As that goes down, the other 2 kobold skull pro gamer guns that showed up next to you, as you're on the ground prone, these kobolds, 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So they roll twice, 1 to attack. One is going to grab its scimitar and attack Molly. The other one is going to shoot a crossbow at you, pro gamer guns. So 15 on Molly, 1 on you. So he rolls, does 4 damage. The scimitar, he comes towards Molly, and this snarling little green kobold strikes towards Molly, and he hits her on her shin, and she takes 4 damage. Oh shit, health she has? I thought she had more health. Okay. And the other kobold shoots towards you, Pro Gamer Guns, and you are now standing. He barely misses, and it strikes past you. It is now. What did Pro Gamer Guns want to do? She wanted to do something. Ha, that hurt, but I'll hurt you all more. Okay. Skullface yells back in retaliation. So as this per max. Okay, my turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I move right next to you, Skullface, as the blue arcane energy moves around you, or moves next to you. I strike towards the blue kobold. I pull, with my bonus action, I pull my swords back into my hand, so I only get 1 strike. And I get 1 strike, so I get to 18. I strike down the kobold, and I miss. I hit his shield, and then as he pushes me with his shield, I get a good angle, and I strike towards his stomach. Eight or 6. 6. I got a 6. Nice. So 10 damage to the blue kobold. He is down to... Okay, Pyro, you're up. I approach the kobold, say, I come in peace. I say I'm not lost and I need help finding a tunnel. Will you help me? And I roll for persuasion. So go ahead and roll that as a deception, actually. It is not persuasion. That is actually deception because you're trying to deceive them. Persuasion is more for people that you're actually having a conversation with. Deception is for when you're straight up trying to lie to somebody, which is totally possible. So go ahead and roll roll 20. Pro Gamer Guns, you walk up to the kobold and you're like, whoa, 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 you know, no need to attack me, sir. No need to attack my dog. Please, you know, I'm a lonely fawn. I'm lost. I'm looking for directions on how to get out of here. Go ahead and roll a 20. Roll a 15, okay, and then it will be his intellect, or his perception, or his insight, his insight versus your deception. So their wisdom is 0. They have like no wisdom, and he rolled a 1. Okay, so the kobold moves up to you, and he goes, you, or he speaks in common to you, and it sounds kind of like you've never heard a kobold speak common, and this is the first time a creature's talking to you, and it sounds kind of like English, but if almost a snake was talking to you. So he goes, you are not welcome here. You are trespassing. We will let you get out if you drop your weapons and unarm yourself. We will escort you out. God, I can't do that. What say you, Pro Gamer Guns? As that is going down, the kobolds go next over here. The kobold shaman, or the kobold dragon shield, is going to go first. Yep, he totally lost. He totally failed his deception roll, or his insight roll. She rolled a high insight roll, and he failed his insight roll. That is kind of how the game mechanic works. Yes, she passed her roll. So the guy is kind of at ease. He's not going to be your best friend, but he is like, I will offer you safe passage if you drop your weapons and unarm yourself right now. She has to decide what she wants to do. The first roll is horrible for the red dragonborn against you. Skull, the second roll is horrible. The green one rolled a fucking 4. Wow, they're rolling shitty. The shaman is going to use his bonus action to move the chromatic orb back into you. Skullface, as he uses his lightning and he kind of pushes the lightning towards you again. Is going to roll attack. This time not with the allies are nearby, so advantage on the attack within 5 feet. 19 and a 13. That is a hit. She's going to use her second slot, her second level 2 spell slot, and do 3d8 damage to you. 8 or 4. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 damage. Alright, so this chromatic orb, you start to feel the electrical energy enter into your body, Skullface. The lightning is starting to flash and snap and crack, and you look to Max as you're getting shocked, and you're like, is this what it feels like to be you? And I kind of look to you, and I'm like, oh, buddy, and you just take 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 11, 12, 13, 14 damage. Your werewolf form is starting to bleed. You are at 4 health for your werewolf form. You are starting to feel not controlled and losing control of it. These 2 kobolds are going to continue running down this way. All right. The next person, let's see, Pro Gamer Guns. She was doing something. What to say in my defense? What say me in my defense? Is that your answer? You have the option to drop your weapons and walk peacefully out. That is what he's offering you right now. You can keep your turn is kind of, you know, I'm just moving along while you do that and you decide what you're doing. But you find yourself at an impasse. You have convinced him to not attack you anymore, or both of them. They are offering to let you pass out of the tunnel unharmed if you drop your weapons on the floor. What say you in your defense, Pro Gamer Guns? Actually, let's hide area. So these guys disappear. You don't see where the 2 egg holders go. Bitches, I'll kill you, motherfucker. Okay, as that's going down, Max goes next. Oh, you didn't, huh? Okay. All right. Go ahead. I thought you missed your shot. Skull went, Pro Gamer Guns went, Kobolds went, Max goes. Oh, okay. All right, so go ahead and what do you want to do? The blue one. Now me and Skullface are kind of, yeah, we're in front of your kind of sight. You can shoot the red one, definitely. Okay. How do you want to do it? What else do you have?
They're minions. I'll go ahead.
Okay, go ahead and roll attack. I'm sorry I can't do that. There are only tools that help me alive out here. How about I give you some gold and you let me go? That's pretty good. Okay. So how much did you get? 16. Okay, that's a hit. All right, Pro Gamer Guns. So how much gold would you... He looks to you and he kind of looks and smiles and he goes, how much gold are we talking about? 7 damage. Okay, on the red one. Okay. As you get your fireball ready, you see this chromatic orb kind of flashing and lightning is striking near, and you get your bounds and you throw your fireball towards the kobold, and he's looking at the lightning strikes and all of a sudden just kind of hits his face, and he kind of yelps and in pain, and he is down that many health. He is not looking too good. He is now starting to, he has these singes, the burn kind of stayed, his aura is not holding as much, like he's looking like he's cracking. Next is Skullface, right? Or no, it would be me next because we skipped you, right? I will get 75 gold to let you go. Wow. Okay, so go ahead and roll with persuasion, or roll persuasion with advantage. Roll persuasion with advantage. You can buy some noise potions and weapons with that. Yes, you. 17, very good. Okay, after that's going, Max is going to attack. I have both my swords in my hand now, and do I have anything fancy? I don't have anything fancy. Oh yeah, I have my fucking Battlemaster stuff. I've been doing crap. Oh, I forgot about all that stuff. Okay, let's see here. So I'm gonna use Amplify Ally, and as my one attack, I will attack with the Dragon Strike, and then I will, or with my attack, I roll a 19, very good, and then I will add my superiority dice plus a charisma. So I will roll a d8, and I will point to, and I put my hand and on your body, Skullface, and I have a jolt of electricity, and instead of a painful jolt of electricity, you feel a soothing warmness as all of a sudden the electricity surrounds you, and it almost seems to deflect the other electricity as I roll Amplify Ally. And I give you 8 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 extra health to your werewolf form. 12 plus 4 is 16. So you're back to 16 health in your werewolf form, Skullface. And with my damage attack, I roll my 6 and I do 5 as I strike down after I put Amplify and I strike with my left hand towards the Cobalt, dealing 9 damage to the red one. 20. That's 14, right? 14. Yeah. So 14. 14. Okay. Now it is your turn, Skull. Yes, you roll again. Roll advantage. If you get a 20... All right, so you got a what did you get earlier? You got a 17. Okay. So all right. So these kobolds, they look to you. One of them walks off and you hand out the gold to them, and they look, you know, like they have their weapons really sheathed, and they're ready to attack, and they both of them walk over to you, and you give the gold to the one you're talking about, and they start to divvy it, and they point to you, and they point to their right, so your left, and they say the exit is that way, and they tell you to they stand here in front of you, and they tell you to walk away. And you 5, 10, 15, you get to about right here as you're starting to walk away. At that moment, I swing the red cobalt and bite him and try to get some flesh to eat. Okay, so Skullface, I used 1 superiority die, Max. 1 superiority. You also have 1 inspiration still, Skullface. You do have a d6 of inspiration still, so remember that. Okay, so I swing at the red cobalt. Okay, go ahead and roll attacks. Roll 20. Skullface rolled a 9. Oh man. Okay, 9 plus what? 7, right? So that's 16. Okay, hit. Okay, so you roll a 4. As you strike down with to the red, red dragon shield cobalt, you strike down. He blocks one of them, and you pull your axe back, and you kind of spin it, and you come around on the other side, and you strike, and you kind of lodge it into his side, dealing 4 damage plus your 5, so it's 9 damage, and a bite, so it's 2 damage. Okay, 9, 10, 11. Very good. As you strike down on this dragon shield, you strike into his side, and as you pull him towards you with your axe kind of lodged into him, and you bite down on his shoulders, and he, as you're kind of gnawing a bone, you rip it off, and you deal 9 damage. This guy is not looking too good. He kind of takes a step back. He's bleeding profusely. He's got a gash in his neck. Things are not looking too good. Skullface will be next. So Pro Gamer Guns, you're up. I proceed to go through to the exit. Okay. All right. As you're walking, so we have 5, 5, 10. You call Molly over. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You find yourself about right here on your turn. Okay, that is your turn. Unless there's anything else you'd like to do, the kobolds will go next. These kobolds start to head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25, 30. About 30. They get to about right here. These kobolds, the red dragonborn is going, the red shield is going to use his oh, that's an expedition, that's not his. Okay, so he's going to fuck it, he's gonna attack Max. Let's see here. Roll 20. And he's going to he missed. Nice. Okay, so he has advantage. With advantage he misses. Okay, so he strikes towards Max and changed. To there it is. Yeah. Okay. We'll probably get it Colin here soon too. Honestly at that. So this cobalt is going to attack Max. He missed. The blue cobalt is also going to attack Max. 20. Roll 20 with advantage. Wow. As Max, okay, so this cobalt, he strikes towards Max. Max uses his one sword to block the other one. The other cobalt starts to strike towards Max. Max puts an X down and blocks the other one. All of a sudden, the red one strikes again after the blue one just struck, and strikes with his spear to the low. And Max uses his other hand to kind of move his sword over. And simultaneously, the other this kobolds kind of do this in formation kind of strike towards Max, and I'm kind of just dodging and pew, deflecting as best I can. They both miss just barely. Okay. This other cobalt is going to shoot towards Max as well, since he's the only one he can really see. He rolls a 14. Rolls damage, just 4 damage. He finally something. So this other kobold, seeing as Max is distracted and deflecting as best he can, Max starts to get a smile on his face. All of a sudden, just into his shoulder, a freaking crossbow enters into his armor, dealing 4 damage. 27. Right? Yeah. I kind of pull the little arrow out. With that, I will say, actually, we can call it. It is getting late. We've been streaming for a while. If everybody's tired, we can end it here and we can pick up next time. If you guys like. Let's see how long we've been streaming for. Yeah, I'd say we can end it at that. What say ye? Yeah, it's getting late. I'd say we can call it. If you guys are alright, I'd like to call it. It's getting late. It's like 10:30 now. Sure, it's late for you guys as well. Yes, no, maybe so. Okay. Well, since nobody's really answering right now, I guess I'll just call it at that point. Alright, guys. I took the road less traveled. Well, honestly, it's kind of, you know, we'll see how it plays out. You know, it was a really interesting social situation. I liked how that went down. But yeah, it's not looking too well because those 2 kobolds are heading towards us from behind, and you are heading out safely out of the cave. It's kind of like, you gotta understand, from the DM's point, I am not biased. You do what you want to do, and my character will react accordingly. But as the DM, you just tell me what you want to do, and I let you know if it succeeds or not. You know, see how things play. This can be story. This can be something. You know, it's, you kind of just play it out, see how things go. Can't really get too upset with people in the game too much. You know, if it depends on the character. If the character is being a dick, then yeah, the character is gonna get reaction from everybody because he's a dick. But it's kind of like, right now, our characters don't know what happened. Our characters don't know she left the group. Our character doesn't know what's going on. So you have to play it from that standpoint. Blue, you have no idea what's going on. Max has no idea what that's happened. Neither does Pro Gamer Gun, or neither does Cowgirl or Skullface. None of us know anything about it. So as far as we know, she could lie to us and our characters and be like, no, I got cut off or whatever. You never know. Like, it's kind of, you got to play it like that. If my character finds out that you abandoned us, yeah, well, that would, you know, be different. Kind of same thing with the store. Our characters don't really know. Where are you? You are heading towards the exit that they pointed you. They pointed you towards the exit, and you said you were heading towards the exit. So you are over about this way. You're coming up on the other tunnel that leads to the right over here, but we haven't really seen where it goes. We just know that there's a tunnel right here. So you find yourself about right here. So you see the mushroom that you were looking at and investigating. You see the tunnel that you saw head towards this way. You know, then you see the light kind of emanating from a little bit of ways down this tunnel. Yes, this game is definitely, it's about being creative. It's about thinking outside the box. You know, it's not necessarily a bad thing that you went through the tent, but you probably didn't want to go through the tent while everybody was fighting. But that's the thing, that's your character. You know, I'm not gonna flip out on you, you know. But if you die because you're by yourself, you can't flip out on me in the standpoint. You know what I mean? Like, you want to be careful, but you do have Molly, so you're not alone. But you both, Molly got a nice little strike on her leg, and you're not looking too good either. You're at 8 health, so I don't know if you've noticed that or not. You're basically one good strike away from death. No one noticed that I'm missing? That is a good point. No, no one's noticed yet. But my character was about to say something. But alright, guys. I will let you guys go. Good night. As Skullface, you see yourself staring into the blue chromatic orb in front of you. That would ever happen. Yeah, right. Like, that'll ever happen. Yeah, no, it definitely... So much... My character's probably come more close to dying than anybody's. I've had a couple times I've had death saving throws. But alright. Good night, guys. I feel like playing a match. Might play a match. Play a match is some Rocket League. Ow. We can for a little bit. I wonder why. Oh. Can we go into the arenas? Well, I'm a little D&D'd out, that's why. Like, you know, it takes a lot of concentration and out of me, but I'd like to just play a match of some Rocket League. Thought I'd stream it, maybe. Yeah, that's kind of what the plan was. Stay live, but call D&D for a little bit. About 3 to 4 hours is all I can really handle at a time. I get exhausted after that. A lot of thinking, a lot of thing. And that's the thing, though, is like, I always want to reiterate, is like, it's always gonna... as we practice and everybody learns how to play better, it'll always get more smoother. Alright, you have a good night, Skullface. Thanks for playing, buddy. Pretty interesting little fight. This Were-Rat thing is pretty interesting. It's added a whole new little thing to it. I knew it would be an interesting thing. But yeah, you basically are your skills and your charisma. You have like a negative charisma with that character, so I'm gonna say you have a negative. You still use your warlock abilities as far as charisma goes instead of strength. I'm not gonna be that big of an asshole, but at that you still have a -1 charisma. So your attack rolls So what happens if I die and no one is around? Well, you got to look at it from the standpoint of ours. So you have your death saving throws. So you want we practice. Oh, we can practice that. You want to see what it's like to have death saving throws? So you're down to 0 health, right? And you have it's your turn, but there's nobody left there to revive you. Like you're by yourself dying, and the Cobalt stands there in front of you. Now the Cobalt, while you're at 0 health, you're knocked out. You're unconscious. So what that means is the Cobalt can attack you while you're down and unconscious and have advantage on its attack because you're prone and sleeping. So what that means mechanically wise is, dude, what are you doing? Is that he actually can decide to either take you captive or kill you right there in the spot. And most of the time they're going to kill you on the spot. So let's say you have a death saving throw and the Cobalt's next to you. So go ahead and roll a d20, and you have to get a 10 at least. No bonuses. You have to get a 10 to... You have to get 3 of those. And most of the time you have a chance to do it when you're in battle because you... Yeah, your character completely... Well, yeah. So what we've kind of done is I have one thing, and it only works one time in about... As far as I have, we only get one of these, and it's for it's from the crystal ball. So you know the crystal ball we have in the banquet hall, right? You look over, you see on the table the crystal ball, and the crystal ball is what we use for the fighting arena. But it also is a soul kind of... We don't really know, but it's got something to do with souls attaching to it. And it weighs heavy on the soul if you do it more than once a year. Like, you can only do it once a year without it having any major repercussions. If you have to end up dying again, then you're gonna be out for a long time. Like, something's up, so you're gonna be cursed. Something's gonna happen to you. I don't exactly have that designed yet, but I do have that kind of open, that it's like you are basically going to have a curse if you die twice and within a certain amount of time of a year. If ever being able to come back. You know, it was kind of like I wanted to use it once, and then that was it. Like, so basically think of it, you have one get out of jail free card, and then that's it. The orb won't work for reviving later. It's basically your soul, you will die, and your soul will be brought back. Your form will be brought back to the crystal ball. But you're going to be so damaged and hurt that you can't even go on adventures for a long time after you get hurt like that. So if you actually die on this adventure and you are fortunate enough to be brought back with the crystal ball, you get one, and that's it. And this was basically to make room for me practicing and learning how the game works, and people making stupid mistakes. But the thing is like, again, it's like you make that once and that's it, you know. But yeah, again, you die right now, anytime now, yeah, your character will be around, but you're not going to be on our adventure for a long time, because your character needs to heal. They are damaged, you know. I respawn with an extra limb, right? Something. Thanks, Port Blue. I appreciate it. I really like that car too. I won that one in a key. But and then after that, it's pretty much permadeath. You know, your character dies, it dies. Like, you know, we kind of, you know, there's also characters that never really touched the chromatic orb and stuff like that. Like, Hero's one of those characters that never ever put his blood into the orb. Chromatic orb. I keep saying chromatic orb. Oh, that's in, baby. Yeah. I take all the warning from the response machine. And that's the thing, who's to say that something might not happen to the orb? It's kind of in my discretion at that point, you know? If I feel that someone's just being stupid with their lives and they're just playing risky and not being smart, then yeah, you're probably gonna die. Because you're obviously not really caring about what you're doing with your character, and I'm not gonna just, you know... I don't really, kind of what I like about it is I can't fudge the math. If the math says that you died, then the math says you died. And yeah, I try to do my best to play fair and not kill you off, but I can't lie about the math. If the math says you died, then you died. You know, you don't want to lose your character, but you can. Where's the risk and fun if you could just live forever? That's the thing about D&D. It's a lot about the oh man, he has the farther one. This guy plays that much. Oh, I almost had that. Go, go, go. Yes. That was me, but okay. How does the DM know how I can make it out alive? It's not that I know. See, everything I do, Pro Gamer Guns, is improv. Like, I have a set idea of what I think will happen, or what what the story is. But the thing is you guys are the random factor. So if you decide to go to the left, and I was thinking you were gonna go to the right, then that's your story, you know. But I'm just saying it's like if the characters find out that you abandoned them and they're like, where are you? And you're back at camp safe and sound like nothing happened. You better have a damn good deceptive or lie and a deception roll to make sure that we don't get pissed for you abandoning us. But as far as our characters are concerned, we had no idea. All right, Skullface, you have a good night. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Oh, that's nice. So basically what I was saying about improv is that I have an idea, but like, you know, I'm trying to like give an example of what I like. I don't like to tell you everything about what is improv because then it, you know, you're going to learn how to game around it and metagame it, you know, but you know, like I mostly create things on the top of my head. And that's kind of what I love is that if something actually creates really well and it was all improv, then I enjoy it so much more because I'm like, I love it. This is how it turned out. You guys were being, you know, having fun doing whatever you're doing and improving, and I kind of work off of it. The game is, it works off of both. It works off of what you guys do, and it works off of what the story, like I am trying to write a narrative, so I am trying to, you know, awesome. What I've noticed is I used to, ow, ow, something on my eye. Ow. Oh, I don't know. Was there something on my finger? Oh, it was like there was acid on my freaking finger when I itched my eye. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. What a nice hit. So like I'm trying to think of a good example when I did one, but nice save. Do you know as the DM what I need to do to make it out of the cave alive? Well, that stuff I can't really tell you. That is improv. But it's not that you know, can't make it out of the cave alive. You know, I have an idea of what, you know, is going to happen, but you're pretty much outside the cave right now as it is. So you're persuade. There's the Elgato going out. It's definitely something to do with the power, I think. Used to do this before. Well, it's basically the kobolds are under orders to make sure you guys aren't getting through, and they took your 75 gold, definitely. No, and you have a, you know, an advantage on the persuasion roll. Now that's a completely probable scenario in D&D that happens pretty often, but you have to do things to persuade them. You can't just, oh, I just rolled for persuasion. You offered 75 gold, which is a lot of gold, so it's like I gave you advantage. You know, you kind of do have advantage on persuading somebody when you give them a lot of money, you know, especially little sneaky little characters like kobolds. Don't let him get that. Don't let him get that. Don't let him get that. Don't. I swear to God. I was gonna try. I still have the scroll of augury, so I was gonna use it if it'll help me. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, you have the scroll of augury. Yep, definitely. I kind of already have this car. It's kind of like you can't really tell, like, because I'm not gonna tell you something that it hasn't happened already, you know, because I can't. That's basically giving you the answer. It's like, will I make it out of the cave alive? You can't really ask me that unless you have the scroll of augury, or you can't really. It's not that when you ask me that, basically, I would tell you if something was there ready to attack you, you know, or something like that. But yeah, the scroll of augury is basically one free question. Probably just have to work together on the wording of what you're asking. Because you can't just be like, will I win this game? It's like the scroll of augury in this description works kind of like in this sense that as long as it's an open, it's not too open of a question, and it doesn't account for changing of something in the future, that something happens like that I didn't know was going to happen. Things can change in the timeline, you know. I do have a plan though. I'm thinking of making my way out of here. And then I will fly back town and wait for the rest of the group. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, I'm not going to tell you what I think my character is going to do, so you do whatever you want. But you are supposed to be a warrior at our side and helping in the campaign to gain territory and stuff like that. So, you know, see how well that goes for you. Mm. That's the thing, though, is you don't really want to tell me as the DM what your plan is, you know? You want me to react to your plan later. You know, like, you don't want me to know what you're gonna do. That's why you guys can talk to each other in private messages, but I don't think anybody really does that yet. But it's more you guys are supposed to kind of work with each other, and I'm not supposed to know your big plan. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh. That's the thing, though, Pro Gamer Guns, is you always have a choice to turn around. You don't have to commit to anything. You do whatever the hell you want to do. It's just your character might have repercussions of abandoning the group. But that's all depends on a lot of things. One, do we, you know, how's your deception roll? How's our insight roll? How's your excuse? Is your excuse really good? Is it not good? You know, that's where it doesn't, like, that's where you kind of don't want to tell me, because I'm not ready for it, you know? No, Skull wouldn't run off. He doesn't abandon his friends. We give him a lot of shit for the, thing. But yeah, my character still hasn't forgotten that, yes. Ah, damn it. Ah. Not again, come on. Yeah, I'd say we'll see how things play out, basically. At that point. Alright, one more and then I'll call it. Oh, you know what I just got the other day? Blue. Tried out Hulu. Giving it a shot. What? Damn it. It will be interesting. This whole adventure's been pretty long. This is the whole time we're just on a single campaign right now. Been a pretty long one. Or at least it feels long, but I mean, it's only been like, what, 2-3 weeks in our campaign, technically. I was gonna start getting the calendar. Nice. He tried. Red, but it does look nice. Yeah, my red team. Yes, hit me as I try to hit the ball to make sure they don't score on us. Dude. Yay. No. Dude. Oh, that was nice. Aw. Nice. Nice. All right, this is it. Hey, alright guys. Well, have a good night. Pro Gamer Guns, think about what you were doing before you do it. No, I'm just kidding. Skullface, you already went to bed. Good night. Blue, I will miss you as well. Have a good night. Get some rest. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Maybe we'll play in the arena. Good night and good morrow.